Hey, welcome back to Monday. Oh, wait, it's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
Details.
Hopefully, everybody had a good weekend.
It
We're
was
gonna have a
nice.
good show today. We're doing nothing but news, rumors, and a debate on who will win in a fight, Superman or Homelander.
Listen, all I know is that I'm in the right place when it comes to rumors. There you go. What's going on? Mama
Hey,
Bear,
Chris,
welcome.
what's
How
up,
are
man?
you?
Hey,
My
That's
book,
right.
bro, right there. You don't even know.
Yeah, Chris.
Dom's
Dom
the
was
reason
here
I
last
Dom's
week.
the reason I still watch Star Wars.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it. You know what?
I'm
Hey,
sorry
listen,
you
I
feel
have
that
to tell you
way.
this.
I was literally thinking that.
I just saw a preview to The Acolyte. I'm definitely going to give it a chance. It looks,
I'm gonna give it a
looks
shot.
pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a
It
shot.
looks pretty good, and I'm not gonna stop hating on things before I watch it. Before I see.
It's
Yes.
good. There's plenty of time to hate on them after they
Yes.
actually show them.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah, you actually
don't
look.
worry about hating on a TV show that's not made for me anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Look who's here. The queendom of nerds is in the house. Look at that.
Well,
Hello, boys.
Hey Ashley, hey Terry Floyd. There's a new trailer for Alkalite.
which one? Yeah.
Yeah, they dropped
They
the
dropped
final little one.
2 minute like the beginning of the show,
Like a TV
They
spot or
showed-
something. Yeah, it was
and
a
then
TV
and
spot.
then they show some new scenes. Which, you know what? From the looks of it, it looks damn good. I'm not going to deny it does look good. It does.
It looks well produced and put together. We'll see how the story goes.
Well,
You know, Dom, when you're happy and not angry about Star Wars, you have this glow about you. Like
Well-
nothing in the world phases you. You look
You
so
gotta-
happy right
Don't
now.
listen. Don't let him send you off, man. Don't fall for
no,
that
look, I'm
shit.
going to be honest with you. You know,
What?
listen, I was supposed
I
to go to
didn't do
Boston.
anything yet.
I was supposed to go to Boston in 2 weeks to go see Tamira Morrison in Fan Expo. He canceled because prior engaged something he's doing. So apparently 4 Star Wars
Spend
stars.
some time in the back to tank.
Well, yeah. So 4 of the Star Wars stars that are on Ahsoka all canceled their appearances. So it could be that
Ooh.
Boba Fett's going to be in season 2 of Ahsoka, maybe. And that'll
Well,
make me
Ahsoka's
happy.
gonna be in. No, Ahsoka can't be in Boba Fett because she's stuck.
You know what? Listen, I actually watched Ahsoka again. I still hate the fact how Sabine met up with Ezra. It should have been done better, but you know what?
You know what? I really liked Ahsoka. She seemed a little slow in her fight choreography.
A
but
little slow.
Yeah, but I actually enjoyed that show. But I tell you, the one thing that did rub me the wrong way is them making Sabine a Jedi. That always bothered me.
You know, I don't mind her being a Jedi, but I do mind one thing. I wish they would have waited for like a big moment, like maybe the movie that she finally shows her abilities, like in a moment where they're about to die, and she saves Ahsoka and she saves everybody because she finally it finally went through the Force. They just I think they rushed it. They rushed it a little because they wanted to make a Force sensitive and make it. I
They
understand
wasted Jalen and Shin. That was the
I
most
just-
interesting part of the story.
I
It was
I
good.
always loved her so much because of who she was in Rebels. She was an artist, and she would use her art to make the world better because she was in such a dark world, you know. So
Yeah.
she would use her art to cope. And then all of a sudden, oh, by the way, now you're gonna be, you know, a fucking Jedi Padawan. Get out of
Well,
here.
look at it this way. There's a story right there for future.
Well, everybody could be a Jedi. You just
Like a
gotta
comic
lean
book.
into it.
To show you her training with Ahsoka.
Gotta be a religious
you
fanatic.
can honestly see that there's
Yeah.
going to be there's all these other stories that can come about that would make it better for like, oh wow, okay, you know what, I understand now. You know, I just think that Ahsoka was rushed a little bit than it should have been. I think it should have been taken care of a little bit more. Like I still get mad with the Sabine and Ezra. What they should have did was Ezra should have been like a little crazy because he's been gone for 10 years in another freaking galaxy.
Yeah, maybe a
And-
little checked out with the space whales. Yeah, a
Exactly.
little wrong in the head for a while there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He
for
has
sure.
a mask on and she fights him. And then she pulls the mask off and she goes, Ezra. And he snaps something like that instead of like, hey, it's been a
What,
minute.
Space Gandhi? He was like
no, well, you know what?
Zen.
Like he escaped. Look, he escaped Thrawn, right? So obviously, Thrawn.
Did they ever explain
Thrawn-
that, or did I miss it?
Thrawn was scared. Why did he let him go? They worked with each other. All right, he found the witches, but the fact is that there's something that's not measuring up between him leaving Ron and going into and hanging out with those turtle creatures. You know,
I would have
Holy
preferred
shit,
to
I
see a
just
little
realized-
space in and out.
Yeah.
I just
right.
realized.
Mario
I
Brothers.
literally just now realized Brian's here too. That's how hungover I am, Bruce. I am
Hey.
hungover. This is my
I
first
know. I got a drunken
my
call from him like
my
1
first hangover in 20 years. I am so hungover right now, man.
Dude.
Did I call you? Did I call you drunk? Oh no, I drunk
we
out you.
drunk. I'll tell you what
Oh
you
my-
said later.
Oh my god.
That's kind of funny, actually.
No, we put in the chat. Not just kidding.
No.
Nah, but look, you know what? I think that they're gonna get better. And you know what? Like I'm saying, I'm getting a good feeling about the Acolyte now. Really, a little bit. You know, I still holding on to that that they have to get this right, and if they don't,
That they don't have to get it 100% right.
no,
It
just
just
get
has
to a
to be
point where
adequate.
fans
It
get
just has to
excited.
be adequate.
Exactly. That fans get excited and it's cool, and it's like it feels like Star Wars, and it looks awesome. Look, the fight scenes look great. I like that Kill Bill and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and all that ability.
I like when you just see the one red saber and that big explosion that pushes
Yep.
them all back, that force push.
Yep.
Which lets you know whoever that is holding the red lightsaber used to be a Jedi. Because the force
Well, look,
push.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I guarantee the antagonist, that person with the red lightsaber, is a woman. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I'm okay with it.
No,
We
I'm
need a
okay
red-
with
we
it,
need
but I'm
no
just saying,
Sith.
it's gonna
We
be
need
I
a
don't want
woman
people-
Sith. I was mad as shit that we never got Darth Talon or anything. You know, give us
Dark Talon was
what
too
we
sexy for Star Wars.
You know, Dark-
right.
no,
That's probably what it was. Darth Talon's way too.
I wanted
I,
Talon.
I have
Too
never
much
wanted
heat.
to have. I have never
Way
wanted to
too
have
much
sex with a red chick with tails off of her head, but this one, yeah, I'm in.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
But-
I mean, well, you know the praying mantis thing, right, Bruce? Like the male praying mantis knows. Okay, I'm gonna go get
You wanna
this,
be
but
killed
once
by
I
a
get
woman?
this, I'm gonna die. So
I'm gonna
you
get
have to. You
decapitated.
literally have
I
to fight
know
the
how it happens.
duality. Yeah, you literally have to fight the duality of your manhood. Like, is it worth dying? Because she's hot. Like, you really have to
That's
fight it.
majority of insects. Peacock spiders is my favorite example of that. They literally have to shake their booty in order to get a mate. And if they don't do it well enough, she kills them. If they do it well
Wow.
enough, she mates, and then she kills them.
Hey, so there you go.
Wow.
It's either
Went
one
to
of
So
strip
either
club
way,
like that
you're
once.
dancing.
Yeah.
Either way, you got served.
That Darth Talon.
Well, that
Yeah.
picture doesn't give it really justice. It's a nice
that
picture,
doesn't
but
do
there-
her justice.
there's pictures that are really nice about
The
how Talon,
airbrush,
you know,
the airbrush fan art. Oh
Yeah.
my god! Oh my god!
that statue.
Yeah, try,
there's a
try to
statue
carefully in
that
fan
came out-
art.
What I'm?
Yes.
I love fan art. I think fan art's. I do. I love fan art. I think I'd rather look at fan art
Wow.
than some of the stuff. Don't get me wrong. I think what's his name, Vanderstelt, is amazing at what he does, and his daughter. You know, she does it now too. And they're like the only two people that are allowed to do Star Wars covers and things like that. But then you go look at the fan art, some of the airbrush stuff, and it's like, wow.
I only
Wow.
like filthy.
You know who
Amy
my
Schumer
favorite-
or Melissa
Filthy fan art.
McCarthy as Darth Talon.
My favorite cover artist for Dark Horse Books, David Dorman. He did
Yeah, he's
really
amazing
great,
too. Yeah.
amazing artwork on the covers for Star Wars. You know, so I don't know. You know what? Maybe we'll see something get put. Maybe this will be a bright spot and push it over the hump,
Was it,
and we'll get some good stuff in there.
I'm
That
just a
new-
simp
the
for
new-
good art, man. I've always been a simp for good art. I can't help it.
That new
Man,
trailer
oh.
that they released for Alkalite, is it the one where it's a 2-minute fight in the cantina
Yes.
or whatever?
Yes.
Okay, then I've seen it. It reminded me of 1990s martial art films when they started using wires to flip around.
Yeah. You know, the only thing
Oh
that-
no! What, you're gonna compare it to Crouching Tiger? Is that what you're doing? Like you're
See, the only thing that bothers me
Crouching
about
Tiger
when,
was
she,
like 2000s.
when she's fighting with the blades and she throws
Yeah.
the blades and she hits them with the lightsaber and they disintegrate, I think that's a little bullshit. That the blades are made of metal and you're throwing them at the lightsaber and they disintegrate like that. Unless
they
they
would
made
just
it.
melt. They would have
If
melted.
they're
They would have.
Beskar, if they're Beskar, well, Beskar, you know, there is the Mandalorians are around. So that's the thing I want to see.
That's all Dom.
You wanna see
Dom's
Mandalorians?
Dom's gonna find a way to squeak a Mandalorian in here somewhere.
Great Boba Fett.
Hey,
Daddy
listen,
Fett.
you can't have one, you have the other. You know what I'm saying?
Daddy Fett.
Daddy Fett. Django's great grandfather.
Yeah.
Done
Mandalorian's
with
a great, man.
everything but the kitchen sink and alkalites.
Hey, and I tell you what, Django was kind of a badass. He doesn't get enough credit. And that scene in Attack of the Clones where he went straight gunslinger
With the
and then
Obi-Wan.
flipped his gun around and put it in his holster. I always kind of thought Django went out like a chump, but I mean, he was fucking with Mace Windu.
No,
but
Django-
still,
He
you
did
know,
kind of lose his head in that fight.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
Kinda.
But Django went out like a champ. Like he went out, he got his head, he got decapitated. Boba Fett got hit by a friggin' blind guy and paddle and went into the Sarlacc. So
I always saw Boba Fett and the other Mandalorians as kind of like the old spaghetti western Clint Eastwood types,
Yes.
the gunslingers. And
Yeah.
I once airbrushed a picture of Boba Fett with the thing on the
Is
what
it
do
on
you
the
call
side
that?
of a van?
That thing, the poncho. I had him
Yeah.
wearing a poncho. I put a poncho on him. Yeah,
Let me show you
I
something.
thought he looked cool as shit with a poncho. I
What do you
airbrushed
got?
him one time for a friend.
Yeah,
Wearing a
it's funny
poncho.
you talk about that, right?
He was literally the good, the bad, the ugly Boba Fett. That's
Yeah.
how I drew him.
That's why I have this poster still sitting on my thing. This full of credits.
Feels full of credits.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's pretty
awesome.
cool.
I like that.
For a few Beskar more. for a few Beskar more. We could
Yeah,
do
you know
all
what?
we could do all the titles.
Exactly. There's a whole bunch of different things you could do. And look, Boba Fett was created and
The High Plains
basically a
Drifter.
Clint Eastwood spaghetti western. That's what the Boba Fett Mandalorian was supposed to be, like spaghetti western type of gunslingers, and that's what.
I just always
They were-
pictured him as like a
But he
good, the
still
bad,
got
the ugly
defeated
type.
by a guy that drinks blue milk, though.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm saying Luke Skywalker guided Han Solo with the Force with that, and I'm always going to say that. That's it.
I feel like I've always felt like Qui-Gon helped Obi right there at the end. He was the one that pushed the lightsaber.
Yeah.
I always felt that he was able to cut Darth Maul in half, which never should have happened. I had no idea I had no idea when I went and saw that movie that second blade was coming out, and then I was gonna become like a total Darth Maul mark for the rest of my life. He's without a doubt my favorite character in Star Wars ever.
You know, I love Darth Maul. I think Darth Maul's an awesome character. And I know he went out way too quick. And
Way too quick.
No, his,
Yeah, but
his
that's
story,
why they
though,
brought him back. They
his,
brought him
his
back
whole
and
story
finished
arc
his
is
story.
very interesting. He has one of the best story arcs in Star
Yeah,
Because
Wars.
he's
the
another
Clone Wars
Anakin.
especially-
He's another Anakin, guys. He's another victim. He was victimized into who he became.
the only downside about
Lucas
Maul
likes
was that
damaged
he never
toys.
gave up his hatred for Obi-Wan. That's what killed him
And
at
then
the
died
end.
in his arms. And then died in his arms, bro.
Yep.
Obi gave him a proper warrior send-off. That's amazing to me. What a great scene. What a
But you
great scene.
see, all Maul did to Obi-Wan, kill Sabine, took his master away, did all these things. He still had the decency to probably give him proper burial. He actually sent him to Dathomir. Like, who knows? Maybe he went to Dathomir and they buried him, and we might get the resurrection of Maul in one of the Mandalorian. Who knows? Another resurrection. Nobody
Yeah,
dies.
how
in Star Wars.
How
He's
come
in
only
the world
Jedi?
between worlds.
Well, how
Yeah.
come only the Jedi know how to do the Force Ghost? Why can't we have Sith Force Ghosts?
See, that's another thing too. They've been talking about that too. That the Force is the light, but like I keep telling Marco that Anakin is now the father.
Who's Marco?
Anakin is now the father from the Morse gods, and the father, the son, the daughter. That's why he's able to walk between worlds and be there. And they still deny me on this day about that, but I'm going with that because Ahsoka is the daughter. Because when she died in the Clone Wars, the daughter took a life to resurrect Ahsoka. So Ahsoka already died twice already, and she came back. So everybody dies in Star Wars, and they come back one way or the other.
Somewhat.
So
You guys got any pickups? You want to show off?
I got a lot of pickups because I went dollar bin digging this weekend.
I saw. What do you got?
I went into a place that had several hundred boxes of dollar books, and they are not ordered or arranged in any logical order. Every box is mixed with whatever. So I had about 25 minutes, so I grabbed what I could. So went heavy on some Phil Noto. It's a beautiful Black Widow cover. and I always try to get Jonah Hex run fillers, especially Phil Noto covers or Darwin Cook covers. So I got some nice Phil Noto stuff. I did pick up an off the shelf because, well, why not?
X-Men 97.
The animation, the second print. Found one of these for $1. I like Brooks, and I like a good road cover.
Understand? Or direct?
Nah, it's direct.
Okay.
I love these Frank Quietly, these Vamps. Pumpkin Time. Some good covers. I like Frank Quietly. I like his art. I couldn't pass these up. I know most of the stuff isn't worth shit, but I just couldn't pass it.
18.
18.
What the
Oh,
hell?
nice. And for Liam
That
Neeson,
one's
that's a
ac- I
movie.
think that one's actually really cool.
Oh, that's
Those
good.
are really cool. They got 18 covers of all the 418 guys. That's
Get them
great.
autographed, man.
Yeah. I found some slightly older Art Adams JLA Scary Monster series, which are all Art Adams covers.
Wait, where was
Fun.
Murdoch and Fate? Where was Murdoch and Face Man? They
It's
didn't have
just
them?
in some other box somewhere,
Did
I'm
it?
guessing.
He only had 20 minutes to go through a
Yeah.
couple hundred boxes.
Yeah, I picked up some. I had a bunch of Twisted Tales, which is always fun.
You see
These are always-
the book he had, the Twisted, what's the other one? The first one, Twisted, what was the
the
name
old
of the,
Twisted Tales.
yeah, Twisted Tales, the other book, the first book he showed in that run.
That's nightmare fuel for me, man. You tell me I got 400 boxes. I'm a collector, but I only got 20 minutes to go through them.
Cook.
That's a nightmare.
It's horrible. I always pick up copies of Vanity when I find it. A little Betty and Veronica.
Nice.
Some more
That book was hot at one time.
Cook.
Wasn't that book hot at one time? The Betty Veronica with the dog? Was that?
Hughes did that whole series. Some more Vanity. I love these Vanity covers. Just for you, Dom.
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
Megatron.
Megatron.
Transformers.
Yeah, that's a good Storm Jubilee cover.
I picked up a lot for 20 minutes.
I mean, because it's dollar stuff, so I'm just throwing stuff in stacks as I'm pulling stuff out. Some
You gotta
stuff
go
was
back there again.
slightly grouped together, not much. But the Jonah, I'm a big
Not a
Hex
Jonah
fan.
Hexes.
Oh yeah, I like Jonah Hex and it's run filler. I've had Fish Police #1. It was fun for a
Comical.
bucket. Some more of this,
Sure
and
would've killed it at
then
Supermarket Sweep.
just
Oh, yeah.
stuff that I got recently. There's your Blonde Phantom. There's your Blonde Phantom. There's your Blonde Phantom.
Was that a good run?
It's okay. I mean, it's Howard Chaykin. It's kind of interesting, but I figure if they go for the 1950s Blonde Phantom, then it's something modern. And then just picked up a couple of these cheap. So that's what I got.
Nice.
That was my weekend.
I'll go next. I'm quick. So I got another copy of World of Wood.
Nice. I love that cover. so much.
Dave Stevens
Oh,
cover.
Oh, you said
Actually
wood.
looks actually pretty damn good. Hopefully I get a 9.6 when I do grade this.
So you've got a good wood?
9.8. Good wood. I got the
You said wood.
third race of Superman and Flashback from CGC. Got a 9.0.
I prefer a 3-wood.
Then I got the Adam Hughes Supergirl and Legion of Superheroes, number 23 and a 9.4.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
That's
hey,
that's
Bruce.
Nice.
Bruce, your
Yep.
books are crooked in the back, man. That's annoying me.
Yeah, no, I'm moving stuff.
Okay.
I wouldn't
No,
even.
it-
Oh my god! Now it's gonna bother the shit out of me too, man. Why would you? Why would you provoke my OCD like that?
Yeah,
I'm next. Thank you.
yeah, you're up,
Yeah,
right?
so I actually just got this today. The original one is actually a lot of money. The X-23. This is the Mexican foil cover.
Oh yeah.
Look at that!
Yeah,
I like
look
this
at
cover.
that, dude! Look at that black. White,
That's the
and
lotto,
gray.
right?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so
I
well
like
done.
this, but this is the foil. It came out Trinity Comics. I picked it up.
Mhm.
I actually got this. The bridge,
Ooh, nice.
Megatron, Soundwave, and Shockwave. Three of them.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
That's the
good
Trinity. That's the
That's
Trinity.
that's a great
that's
triple
the-
pack there.
That's the Trinity of evil right there, bro.
Oh, I
Like,
love that, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, anything Soundwave or Megatron, you can sign me up. My wife went to Marshalls, and she saw this to me. She thought of me. She was like, let me get it for you. And Marshalls is selling Pops now. So,
Oh,
I'll
really?
get an autograph.
Pops fall off trucks too.
They have a whole section of Funko Pop now. And then
Pops fall off trucks through. That felt like, I don't know, man. That felt a little anti-Italian, but whatever.
No, that's a Marshall's comment. I'm convinced everything from Marshalls is falling off of
I
a
ordered
train.
these, and I forgot to cancel this. But I got 4 of them now. Of course, only I have 4 of the first appearance of Boba Fett.
Nice.
Funko. I like this.
I almost got that one and the Wolverine one. There's a Wolverine one that does
No.
that. I almost grabbed
They
it.
got to
from
make
Target.
more of these.
Yeah.
There's more stories they can do.
They don't need any more Boba Pops. There's
Yeah,
enough.
Well, you gotta have the foil variants. God damn, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
The sticker
Get on the page.
variant.
Get on the
All
page.
the autographs,
Go.
everything. Trying. That's it.
All right, I need to stop playing New Vegas.
What's wrong with you, Bruce? Why are you trying to piss on his dreams, man? Let him have
I
it.
know, right?
What? I didn't say anything.
Damn,
Because it's Bruce.
you've
That's
been
what I
denying me
do.
since I came on this show. Come on, man. Come on.
What are you talking about? You ever have your own little clip?
I know.
Conspiracies.
That's funny.
All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes of the show.
Well, what? Yeah, I can't wait for this debate.
The meat
Yeah.
and
You'll be
debate. Taters.
All right.
Yeah.
We got the box office for the weekend. Furiosa over 3 days, 25.5. Garfield 24.7. If 16.1. Think what? They went on to make 32, 31 respectfully.
Yeah, I think
After the 4-day total.
34, I think it was. I can't
34.
remember.
34. I thought it was like a 1 million difference
Yeah,
or something.
I don't want to get into the whole, why aren't people watching movies? But I'll tell you this much, man. That Furiosa movie was good.
They said that it didn't. They said the lowest box office Memorial Day weekend in 30 years.
Yeah.
Since like 95 or some shit. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. But you know what it is?
I'm sure it didn't help that there were massive tornadoes all throughout the Midwest.
Exactly.
And all the way out to-
A lot of storms. A lot of people
storms.
were away. You know, people want to be with family, and do things, and be on the out, like try to do things. Going to the movies is now. If you feel like that, let's go to the movies. Nobody's like rushing to the movies like they used to.
No, the
It's
cost
way
is a
down
little
there on that
crazy.
list
Yeah.
of what things I'd rather do.
Yeah,
I mean, movies used to be the cheap date, and now you're like having to put out a loan for it.
I'm really lucky where I live. I'm really lucky because where I live, they haven't like gouged on cinema price. The food still is crazy. Like if you go with a family, I remember with my family like a year ago, and it cost $400 for a night out with the entire family. But if it's just you and somebody else, they've got a theater here with it's got everything. It's not what's it called? It's not IMAX, but it's almost as good. It costs $3.50 for a ticket, $3.50 for a movie ticket.
Oh, that's not bad.
So I can go to the movies whenever I want. But you know what they're showing right now? Fall Guy.
What?
Fall Guy. And I'm like, I already got that on
That's
digital.
all
I go, but
Yeah.
I might go, if you're just bored one night and you got $4 in your pocket, shoot on up there and watch it on the big screen. It's no
They
big
have it
deal.
on digital, but you'll have to rent it for $17 or
Or you
buy
can watch it
for
on stick.
25.
they have it on stick, and
Hmm.
you can watch all these movies. Like you wait
Yeah,
a week.
once it hit digital, there's ways to watch these movies.
Well,
I mean,
there's too.
Even fresh out, there are ways to watch it on movies. Watch it on the computer. I'm just saying.
Sometimes a lot of times when I
I
go to
don't
the
know.
movies, it's not for because I've been sailing the high seas since I learned how. But
Yeah.
sometimes you just I like the environment of the movie theater, and I
Yeah.
thought,
Yes,
Furiosa is going to be a big deal. When the theater I went to was packed. I don't know why it's not doing good. It was packed.
I just like the movie theater experience.
I
so
hate
just
the movie
wait.
theater experience. It's like I've been on these like panels over the last 2 weeks where we're debating endlessly. Why aren't people going to the movies? This, that, and the other thing. It's like, dude,
I don't like people. Number one.
Yeah, I don't like
You know,
So I don't like being
I-
around them.
I mean,
I don't care about necessarily about the money, but I'm not comfortable sitting in a theater. I mean, it's one thing when it used to be, I'm going to go see a 90-minute movie. Maybe they'll run stuff for 10 minutes before the movie, and
Just
you know
20
whatever. But
minutes.
now it's like, oh well, here's 45 minutes of bullshit before the movie. then you get to sit through a 3-hour plus movie half the time. I can't sit in those seats for 4 hours.
I have to be in the mood. I have to be in the mood for it.
My prostate doesn't sit there for.
Hey,
Joe,
you're
remember for
just-
2 months, Joe is a hillbilly hermit.
I am.
no, it's just, I mean, I've had this discussion with like the people I work with and just other like normal people like who would have gone to the movies about 10 years ago. You know, it's a lot of things, and I keep trying to press on other streams that it's an evolution of the technology. You know, for a matter of fact, that they had this very same conversation over 100 years ago when they were discussing switching over their stage house or their playhouse to a theater.
Yeah,
back
or
in
when
The movers.
or when they went from freaking the silence to the talkies. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
black and white to color.
technology has always been moving forward in the field of entertainment, and the fact of the matter is it's starting to move past the actual theater experience because a lot of people have better sound systems at home, TVs.
I could watch it on my Quest if I want and make the screen super big, and it feels like I'm
there's
sitting in the
not
theater.
really any interest anymore for certain movies to get the middleman of the theater.
Let me ask you a question. Think about it. If
What-
we had the opportunity, I'm sorry, Brian. Go ahead.
But I was just gonna say one last thing. Like, can you guys see a theater cutting down the days that they're actually open?
No.
Well, yeah, they do that here already. You only get the theater's only open where I'm at. It's only open 3 days a week.
Okay, there you
Really?
go. Like,
Yeah.
seriously, because like, why keep the overhead of opening the place, having power ran to the son of a bitch,
You still
having
have the overhead.
employees, 2 or 3 employees,
Yeah.
but it would be less if you shut down for a day or two.
Well, I have a
Then
huge
to-
unpopular opinion with everybody, and you know the group I'm talking about, Brian. They hate to hear it, but I
So don't
think
have 3 or 4
I
people
think
in it
theaters
on
are
a Tuesday
dying. They
afternoon.
are dying.
I know
They're
there are
dying.
people who enjoy that experience. Oh, of course they are. They have been. And COVID was a very big sword going right through it.
Look, I'd rather go home after work, sit down and watch it on TV.
Thank
So
you.
you pay for pay-per-view, you pay for stuff like that. Have a brand new movie, like a movie coming out in the movies, drop on TV. You
Yeah,
pay
make
for
it a
and you
pay-per-view.
can watch it. You pay a little premium because it's a brand new movie, and you get to sit home and you get to watch the movie, and you can pause it, you can do anything you want,
Mhm.
and you can enjoy the experience at home
Yep.
instead of going out there.
Well,
I don't have to wear pants. It's
Just
perfect.
like they did
God,
with
ew,
Black
no.
Widow. Just like they did with Black Widow. Once people get used to that kind of a business model for marketing a movie, there you go.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm different. I'm more outgoing. I'm a people person. I like being around people. I like the theater experience. I like talking to people after the movie is over and getting their take on stuff.
Oh, heck no, dude. That is a
Talking to
silent
people?
march to my car.
No, I love that. I love
Nobody
the theater
talk to me,
experience.
dude. Get the fuck on.
I
I
just
love
like
the
it.
theater experience, but I need to be in the mood, is what I'm saying. That's why I go to concerts. I don't really go because the music's great, don't get me wrong, but the environment. I love going to the environment,
Look, like,
I mean, my closest theater's a half hour away.
Yeah.
Which means if I'm going to drive a half hour to the theater, then I'm going to be stuck in the theater for 4 hours, and then I'm driving another. That's
Well,
5
and how
hours out of
far
my
do you
day.
how far do you live from a theater? I live a half an hour away.
Yeah. The
Okay,
big one
I
for
have
me
to
is
I have to
half
make
hour.
a day of it if I want to go see a
Yeah.
movie.
I'm in the
So
Lower
it's not
East Side.
just a movie. It's got to be more stuff. It's got to be a reason
the
for me to
Lower
get
East
my
Side.
ass to
You-
go
you
down
want
and see
to
it.
you want to get me back in the theaters? Start giving me tight 90-minute movies again.
Yeah, or don't build a baseball stadium in route to the movie theater because baseball tickets are cheaper.
And
Look,
some
But
more
the last
pleasurable
great
experience.
movie that I enjoyed being around people was Endgame.
Yeah,
know,
because it's an event
True.
movie. Yeah,
just the
those are
feeling,
fun.
the
Yeah,
feeling of that big blockbuster, that movie, of the end of the whole the whole 10 years of watching these movies. It just felt great. It was right. People were good. Now it's like after the pandemic, people are just a bunch of assholes. I really don't, like I work at Times Square.
No, it's got like
And I want to come home and unwind. Thinking about going to a movie theater a lot of times with people, after I'm around people all day long at work. Nah, I'd rather sit, like I said, you come up with the technology, we can watch it at home. People have great movie theater, video experiences in their homes. You can do it, you can watch it, you can enjoy it. You have your family there.
I don't have to listen to idiots making reactions during the movie. That's perfect.
That's the whole point of the experience.
No,
Rattling of
it's not.
popcorn, chewing, people walking in front of you. I like that stuff.
That little
Bruce,
shit kid
no,
in the damn.
like,
Go ahead, Mama.
I love
tray
the whole
table.
Jurassic series, right?
Yes.
When I went to go see, what was it, Jurassic World, with a date, I was really excited for it. Just as the movie was starting, got 3 teenagers sitting right in front of the two of us. They were playing video games on their phones the entire time. My God, I wanted to drop my soda on them.
Yeah, it ruins the whole experience.
Movie theater etiquette is dead.
Yeah.
What happened to just getting a nice quiet hand job in the back of the theater?
right.
In the back, once in front of the theater, while everybody's watching.
Cool because there was only
biting into your hoodie so no one hears you.
Look at the old popcorn trick, right through the popcorn.
Right.
There you go.
All right. Well,
How do you have an empty bucket?
I'd rather have. Is that butter?
It's not butter.
I mean, they did have the perfect popcorn bucket for that with the Dune bucket.
No, the Dune bucket.
Yeah.
That was a self-pleasuring bucket.
I saw it that.
You didn't need to, people.
I'd be scared shitless to put anything in that Dune bucket. Looks crazy, dude. It's creepy.
So you put enough butter in there, everything works fine.
That's not butter. That's hot oil.
I honestly though, I can't believe that the Garfield almost beat Furiosa. That blows my mind. Like I can't believe.
Again, you got to put kids movies in different categories. Kids movies, it's a completely different market. The crowd that's going to go see Garfield is not the same crowd that's going to go see a Mad Max movie.
And I know this talking about theaters are dead. Nobody's going to theaters.
I don't think they're dead. I think they're dying.
Just had 2 really great movies, Wonka and Dune 2, back to back. They did really well.
But that's like those are just drops in it. Like, do you understand? Like that's not enough.
Not one big movie.
You know what I mean?
Is not enough.
1 or 2 movies here or there is just. I don't think it's enough to keep it going, dude. I mean, you have to rely on those weekday showings where it's like, to get more people in the theater than just like 1 or 2 or nobody. I wonder how many of those like matinee showings on the weekends nobody shows up to.
See, those are the showings.
That's why these kids movies do okay and hang around for several weeks, because parents are just like, I want to take my kid to a movie
on an afternoon. It's cheap. Yeah. Do it. Yeah, I agree.
Man, I'm still thinking about hand jobs. God damn it.
You're all naughty boys.
I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, to be fair.
Power Timothy Chalamet can't be denied.
That's why I went to the drive-in.
I missed.
No, if I'm going to the drive-in, I'm in my car. Fuck, we're not stopping at a hand.
I don't understand.
Stopping at a hand.
Someone explain to me why drive-ins aren't a thing. Explain to me.
I don't know. I love them.
There's plenty of big lots and land that are dirt cheap. You don't have to build anything other than a crappy little concession stand in the middle that has 2 bathrooms. And other than that, it's easy. Your sound anymore for a drive-in is piped in through your radio, so you just tune into a frequency.
Yeah, I don't know what killed the drive-in. I really don't. They just died off, man.
Technology.
They don't have any drive-ins in my city anymore.
We have a couple, but
to be fair though, like I mean, I did go watch the Ghostbusters, or half of the Ghostbusters movie at the drive-in when it came out. And the one thing I didn't like was the light pollution. I know this sounds weird.
it depends
if you
where
live
you're
in
at. Yeah.
if you live in a metro area or just a city in
Yeah.
general, you know, that light reflects back. I mean, it didn't help that it was a cloudy night, but like even then, you get, you know, it just depends. Like if you're in a place that's like a lot of places, like in Sacramento, it's an industrial park.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, there are like big old spotlights and stuff that are in your peripherals. So going to that drive-in movie theater is probably not the best idea.
Yeah, it is about
You know,
location.
the last movie I think I went to go see in the drive-in was Orca, the Killer Whale.
Jesus, that was like 19.
I saw Iron Eagle. I
Yeah,
saw Iron
that's
Eagle.
That was one of those Jaws knockoff movies. I love it. That's great.
No, but you know what? I went to see that, but I actually think I went to see The Empire Strikes Back in a drive-in movie theater. I just can't remember that. But I know that Orca the Killer Whale. I went with my parents to go see it, and they were trying to get the nostalgia from Jaws. And I remember going to see Jaws. I saw Jaws. I saw that. But yeah, the drive-in movie theaters, in Oklahoma, in Wisconsin, like places that are like up there. Like they were talking about since the pandemic hit, they were talking about making Walmart parking lots, drive-in movie theaters to bring in customers for Walmart. You have the parking lot as the put up the big screen in the Walmart parking lots.
There's no parking now at Walmart parking. Walmart.
Ours are all in the middle of fucking nowhere. You got to take a dirt road to get to them. But
what?
Well, not really, but they're in the middle of no. They're
they're normally in a place where somebody can get a big cheap plot of freaking flat land and throw cinders all over it.
And you got a poorly maintained county road to get there. You know,
the last one I went to was they still had one in a town called Barry, real close to where I live, and they showed Superbad, and that was more like an event because everybody was laughing their asses off, throwing popcorn, and the movie had already been out on video. You know, it was already out on video.
To me, that's a fun experience. That like seeing a horror movie in a drive-in theater is an experience. Yeah. Seeing it in a theater is like that doesn't do anything for me.
You know, like you see, that's the thing. Technology changes. That's what we just talking about. You know, Brian was talking about technology changes. You know, the drive-ins. You know, everybody puts up a projector screen in their backyard. If you have a backyard, you put it up, and you have like that drive-in experience in your backyard. Yep. It's another thing to stay home. If you have the room and you're capable of doing it, you do it. Look, let's put it this way: movie theaters are going to die out, and you know, and if they use the technology, and you get the movies on demand that drop the first night, they can still make money because people are playing that premium. Yeah, you may not pay the ticket sales, but there'll be other ways. I think the $1 billion movies are on there. They're out. No, you know, you're lucky you get movies. The millions.
They got to do better on the margins if they're released when they release it to digital. The money they're getting from that has to be better than what they're getting from a theater because the theater's going to take their cut. You know, it's not like, you know, Furiosa made $25.5 million and that money all goes to Warner Brothers.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying, dude. Just think when the theater cuts out the middleman, that's what streaming's for. So it's like, dude, why release our movie out into the world? It's like a gamble nowadays. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. No, because it takes a lot to break it. I mean, these movies aren't cheap. What Furiosa is 168 million. I mean, it will eventually make it back to break even, I'm guessing. But you know, after marketing and everything else, how many of those do you stick with after a while? Where you're like, well, we're almost break even, or we only lost 20 million on this film. I mean, these companies aren't in the business to lose money.
Was Fury Road a big hit anyway? Was it really a big hit?
I didn't.
It's a niche. It's a niche series.
Yeah,
and a niche
that's what
movie.
I'm saying. Like
it did well.
Like
it did well. Fury Road did well.
Fifth movie in the series, or sixth movie?
But Fury Road did well.
It's
but
like
it was
the
also
budget of a
released at a different time.
Well, it's like a budget of a Star Trek movie. Okay, like honestly, nobody expects a Star Trek movie to make a lot of money. You know, because it's Star Trek.
I expected the J.J. Abrams version to make a lot of money. No lie.
Yeah. Well, the first one did. And that's why they made second ones, but then they really screwed the pooch with the second one, and the third one nobody watched. And we
But there
haven't
was a
seen-
lot of excitement for the second one leading up to it.
Oh, there was. That was the
Everyone
problem.
online was speculating about Cumberbatch's character.
Me
Yeah, well, that's
too.
part of the reason I wanted to see it. Plus, JJ, you got to remember, he was at his height when this was going on. Like, JJ was the guy. So,
he ruined
you know-
Star Trek for me. For a little
JJ
bit.
ruins everything.
why do you guys think?
Say what you guys
Why is
want.
that
I'm still
okay?
enjoyed it.
Why? Yeah, why is that okay? I don't understand why it's okay for Ryan Johnson to come in and fuck up my Star Wars, and you guys are okay with that. But you got a problem with JJ fucking changing a few things in Wrath of Khan. Like, I don't get it. That doesn't seem fair. You guys are bullies.
JJ screwed up things with Star Wars. JJ
Excuse me?
screwed up things. JJ screws up a lot of things.
Actually, I'll be honest with you. I think the 3 movies from J.J. Abrams were better than freaking goddamn The Last Jedi. I can tell you that. I'll give you that.
Ah, stop.
No,
Stop
dude,
that.
let me tell you something. The Last Jedi to me freaking sucked. It felt like someone stuck a spoon in my heart and carved it out.
I
That's
did not like the story.
Wow.
That
Mark Hamill's really not doing a good job of fortifying those decisions.
I like the way it was filmed. I like the look
The
of it.
choreography was good. You know, look, let's put it this way. And you know what? The force projection with Luke. Yes, it is an ability in, if you read the Jedi text, the books, it is an ability. And he used it. But at the same time, the story made no sense.
Well, I know Laura Dern should never work in Star Wars ever again.
I mean, why did they God? Don't get me started. I gotta calm down. Well, I mean, I have my problems with the movie. I've bitched about it for 8 years. I can't do it anymore. 7 years, whatever. There are some beautiful moments in the movie. I love seeing.
I thought it was filmed well.
Yeah, there were good scenes. I loved seeing Luke on the Falcon again.
Yeah.
You know, the moment with Leia that he had was beautiful. Last time you were ever going to see those two together. But at the same time, you know, why do I give a fuck about space horses on some fucking planet where you went to find a key holder or whatever, some key break that they didn't even use, by the way.
The MacGuffin to get the MacGuffin.
Listen, I like the scene the Praetorian Guards
Space Forces
with
are
Kylo
cool.
and Rey on the ship and when they killed Snoke. I like that. That is basically it. I really, I just
The narrative of that movie, Yoda explained it. It was about failure. Okay? Failure. And then learning from that failure.
I just didn't like Rey being all powerful off the damn bat without freaking training.
She had training.
Damn bat.
Yeah,
How is she all powerful off the damn bat? Explain that to me.
I don't know, because she bent down.
She
touched
was
the
not.
rock.
How? How? Because
I don't know.
she moved a lightsaber 10 feet. Okay. Wow. She had a lot of horsepower.
She
in that
knelt
movie.
down. Brian, she
okay,
knelt
then
down on the
that's-
side of a cliff and almost split the entire fucking island in half just by thinking about it.
Yeah, but truth, I mean, when it comes down
That's
to
not
the whole
what
Rey
she
story
did,
arc,
dude.
the whole Rey story arc was the one thing I probably didn't have a problem with any of.
Oh, no, I love
Dude,
Rey.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now.
It was
the whole
everything
Rey's
else.
Mary Sue argument.
Don't
to
ask me, Terry. Why are we back on Star Wars
Right.
again?
Keep
The
coming
Rey's
back
and
to
Mary
Star Wars.
Sue argument with me does not hold any water. I'm telling you right now, dude. She grew up by herself on a planet and had to learn to fend for herself. Okay, so
My favorite part was when
I
she
would
was
say she
literally
learned how to
teaching the
fight.
guy who owned the Millennium Falcon for like 50 years how to drive his own ship. That was my favorite part.
no,
that
but
was
she
awesome.
got well, in ancillary material they did touch.
But
on
I
her
love. But
ability
don't
to
get me wrong. I love
pilot
Rey.
a
I
vessel.
don't buy into the Mary Sue shit either. I love Rey.
Okay, I just
you know.
I really don't. And then in the Last Jedi, what force powers does she use besides lifting rocks? Honestly,
She didn't
she
use
doesn't.
the force powers.
so I don't want to hear it. Like there's no validation to that argument
Well,
because
this, you know what
and
my
then in
problem
the
was?
third movie she had all those old books.
Yeah,
No,
you know what?
no, Qatar. She's not a clone. Her father was a clone.
Her dad was a clone.
they actually try to they're trying to maybe retcon that and making the fact that she was her mom was a clone too. I just hate the fact. Look, you know what my problem is? The way they wrote Rey. I don't have a problem with the character herself. The way they wrote her, it could have been so much better. They could have like, yeah, she didn't know who she was. She found out she was a Palpatine's granddaughter. What they should have did was make her not know who she was, where she came from, and she was having visions of the dark side dark side and the light and fight. Like,
Bruce, are you just gonna sit back and repeat every word he says? Like, what
I'm
was
like,
he doing?
I'm just like, wait, what?
What they
Dom-
should have
Dom-
done is
Dom gets these
followed up
oh,
with
sorry.
what they were
Go
going to
ahead,
do
Mama.
for Finn. Sorry, baby.
No, go
I
ahead.
did.
They let up like Finn was going to be a Jedi, and that's what everyone was excited about.
Yeah,
Oh,
Finn got
Finn.
done dirty.
I'm not gonna lie.
At the risk of getting this clip, or the risk of getting this clipped, I was really excited to see Finn's lightsaber. Shut up.
Yeah.
Did anybody at all? Now, this is gonna come out wrong, but I'm sorry, I can't help it. With all the trolling that was going on back then and fake trailers, did anybody really, when they first showed the trailer, did anybody think that for a split second when the stormtrooper helmet came off and there was a black guy in there, did anybody think they were trolling? Like, did anybody at first go, "Wait, this ain't a real trailer"?
No.
Am I the
No.
only one? Wow, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let me be honest with you. When that happened,
Go to the corner.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you this. The crazy thing about that, as soon as that happened, I was like, yeah, we're going to hear a lot of freaking things on the internet with this.
Yeah, I thought
When
for
that
sure it
first
was a
happened, I was
troll at
like-
first. But then I watched the trailer and I was like, this trailer's dope as shit, dude.
Like,
I
you know-
love The Force Awakens. It's my favorite out of the three, you know?
Look,
No, I thought it was great. Clone Troopers come in new flavors now. It's great.
you know what should have
Well,
happened?
they're not clones
You know what should
anymore.
have happened in the Rise of
They weren't.
Skywalker?
They
The
stopped
Rise
using
of
clones.
Skywalker, the clones, I mean, all the First Order stormtroopers should have followed Finn, took their helmets off and said, we're not dealing with this anymore, and helped Finn fight the battle against the Empire. Like,
No.
they should have did something like that where they rebelled against.
They
Like
should've
I said, I had no problem with the race story arc. I just had issues with the way they handled the legacy
they
characters.
should have not
The
been
way they
afraid
handled
to-
the legacy characters was shit.
Well, apparently,
You're all through
Rey, the new
all
movie,
characters.
is not going to be basically about Rey. Rey is going to be a secondary character. This is what they're talking about. You know what?
There's no script, Dom.
I know, but they're saying the
What are you
possibility. There is a script somewhere. Someone has
There's no
some-
script yet.
Yo, they say there's no script.
Somewhere
There is
underneath
something
one of the 7 blades.
But no,
screenplays.
you know what the problem was? Is they got scared to tell their own goddamn story. Okay. And that's like, that's the thing that really pisses me off at the end of the day. Because I was really hyped and excited for the story that they were going to tell. And then the backlash after The Last Jedi and all the fans reading about everything, nitpicking that movie to pieces when it's like, okay, well,
It just didn't fit, Brian. I,
No,
mean, I don't think that many people get mad.
it does.
Just you know,
me,
that-
it-
for
to me,
no
it does.
reason.
But
That
see,
many
but see,
people
then
don't
how,
get mad for no reason.
but then how can it fit for people like me?
Because it's a divisive
who
movie.
have watched
It's a-
who have watched that franchise probably just as much as y'all have.
because
Okay?
it's a
Granted,
divisive
I was born in
movie.
'83, but I watched them movies as many times as you guys have. Okay, I
They
mean,
took
I don't
everything-
get it.
Guaranteed.
You know
Okay,
what? Look,
I don't
some
get it.
things, it click. Look, other
Is it
people.
because I'm a Star Trek fan and more open-minded to things? I don't know.
Look, Brian? To be honest with
There's
you,
there's your
you know what
problem.
it is?
Star Trek fans are used to actually having to think through movies. Sorry, Dom.
no, go ahead, Mama Bear.
Actually,
Because I thought it was
Intelligent
beautiful, dude.
writing.
Honestly, you know, dude, at the end of that movie, I was weeping like a freaking mother trucker. Okay, between the Leia and Luke scene,
Yep.
and then the Luke fading off into the distance. Okay, just emotional fucking waterworks, man.
You
Loved
know,
it.
I was pissed off. Look, I had a tear in my eye in the Last Jedi. I mean, the Rise of Skywalker when Chewie got the medal, finally got the medal. When when Leia passed away, and when Luke, I cried because these are the things I grew up with, and I'm gonna cry because it's the nostalgia that I grew up with. Even though the story wasn't written the way it should have been, they rushed it. They didn't really have a story plot.
No, they changed it because everybody bitched.
No, they
Let's
changed
admit it.
No,
They changed it because
You know-
people bitched,
you
and
know who
and
the
Carrie
original-
Fisher died.
You know who the original the bad guy was supposed to be for the Rise of Skywalker? The son of Mortis. That's who was supposed to be
What?
the bad guy.
No.
Yes, wait, listen.
where'd you get that from?
No, that
Wait,
was a rumor,
listen to
dude.
me.
That was on Reddit.
No, the son of Mortis was supposed to be the son. Was supposed
That
to be
was
the,
on
the
Reddit,
villain.
dude.
But they brought back Palpatine because they wanted to bring back some feel.
No,
Kathleen
that
Kennedy-
dude. I'm telling you that's another thing that ruined The Last Jedi was the endless speculation. Okay,
Yeah.
after the Rise of Skywalker or Force Awakens came out, remember that a year and a half, 2 years of just rampant speculation. Who's Rey's parents? Who's this? Who's that?
That
Who's
was
this?
the view.
Who's that? And then
what-
the movie comes
Yo,
and it says F
Yo.
your Snoke theories. We're gonna cut them in half. F
Yo.
your Rey and Palpatine theories because we're gonna tell her she's a nobody. Okay, F this, F that, because all your theories are useless.
Yo, Snoke, the Snoke
They
theories.
swerved you when you were
Mace
mad.
Windu, Maul, friggin'
I wasn't
Obi-Wan
mad
Kenobi.
because they swerved me. I was mad because JJ started a story, and then Ryan Johnson came in and said,
Then blame JJ
and
for
said,
setting all that shit
what?
up for no reason.
JJ didn't. That's
With no
that's a
intention
horrible
to
take.
follow up. That's
That's a
bad writing
horrible
on
take.
J.J. Abrams' part. He does that all the damn time. Mystery box
All right, let me
here,
ask you a question.
mystery box there, dude. He
Yeah.
did it in Star Trek too.
The
So don't
movies
that now.
The third
Look,
movie
the
is still
people that
unwatchable to me.
produce the
I
movies,
can't watch
that
the
make
third
movies-
movie because of the response to the second one.
Well, I don't have enough Adderall to watch the third movie because
Yeah,
I
it's
watched the
kinda
third movie. I
jumping
thought
all
it was
over the
fun.
place.
I thought it was.
I
it was
actually
fun.
enjoy The Rise of Skywalker. It's one
No,
of
it
my-
was nostalgia on a
guilty
plate. That's
pleasures.
what that movie was. They're like, let's bring back everyone that's still living. Come on.
Look,
All
see,
right,
the thing
we're
is-
gonna after Dom's comment, we're gonna wrap up
Yeah.
the Star
Look,
Wars
at the end of
talk.
the day, they
Please.
brought back Palpatine, right? The way they explained it didn't make sense. That's the
No,
reason
they-
why there was a lot of
they
backlash
didn't.
going. How did Palpatine come back? Now they're trying to explain it in the Mandalorian in the Mandoverse. They're
It's
trying
in
to
a
bring up.
book. It's in a book. I just got the book.
No, it's
It's in
in
the
no
book.
things are in the book. Listen, if they would have followed some of the extended universe,
That's what I'm
stories,
saying.
they would have had story. When Kathleen
Uh,
Kennedy said we have no source material, that kind of like, wait a minute, you have source material.
Well, I'm just telling you right now, dude. Not everybody followed that, and not everybody liked it.
That was some Ryan John. I'm sorry, but that was just some look.
No,
there's
it's
noth-
not Ryan
there's-
Johnson stuff. He's talking about
There's
EU.
nothing wrong.
He's talking about E
when
EU.
you wear, I'm talking about,
Boys.
no, I'm talking about what you said. When you wear a shirt
Hold on.
that says "fuck your Snoke theory," that's
Boys.
you taking a dig at the fans, the people that are fucking
No, that's you taking it the wrong way. That's
It's
you
not
taking
the
it
All
the
right,
wrong way.
time to
It's-
move on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay,
All right,
boys,
Brian
good enough.
Cranston has-
It's always nice to
Hold
see other
on.
people fight.
Why are you going to get mad at the fans for doing what fans have been doing for movies since
Nobody
the
got
beginning
mad
of
at the
movies?
fans. How would you
Hold
like to
on,
go
guys.
see a movie where you
Guys,
expect everything
guys,
that's
guys.
coming, dude? You're gonna fall
mad.
asleep.
You really?
You could mute
so
them.
it's that's what I mean.
Yeah,
the
no.
hypocrite.
Hold on, hold
Okay,
on, hold
listen,
on.
listen.
Please.
Enough of Star Wars
Nope.
talk.
Star
I know
Wars,
we all
please.
get
No more
heated
Star
up with
Wars.
things. Look, we have other things. Look, yes, some people didn't like it. Some people liked it. That's it. It's done. It's not going anywhere. As much as the people who don't like it, they're never going to take it away. It's part of the lore forever. What
All
they
right,
can do is
enough
build
Star
around it.
Wars.
That's it.
This
Star Wars
this
done.
this argument
All right.
has been going on for years. It's not going to change anything.
No, I don't. I'm not arguing about how it should or
I'm-
shouldn't be.
I'm
I'm
just-
arguing that I
yes.
should be allowed to have my own opinion about.
Oh
it.
no, and you are, and
All right.
Okay,
Brian
boys,
Cranston has
moving
been
on.
secretly cast in an upcoming MCU project. This is a rumor.
Norman Osborn.
I think he should be
Norman
in the new Star Wars
Osborn.
movie. No, I'm kidding. I'm
The
just
Watcher.
trying to bring back Star Wars.
To
Kick
watch.
your
Hey,
ass.
maybe.
Who do you think he's playing, guys?
And then, come on, man. Who do you think he's playing?
Norman
Doctor
Osborn.
Doom. Doctor Doom.
I mean, it would fit as Norman.
John
Osborn.
Carlo
Norman.
Esposito is
I
going to be
was
Dr.
thinking
Doom.
Norman too. Who is this?
Doctor Doom.
Sticks.
Oh my god. Hey,
Hey,
Sticks.
I would love to see
Hey,
him as a
Sticks.
villain, dude.
Hey, guys.
Come on.
I
want
don't
Bryan
want him
Cranston
as
as Dr.
Doom.
Doom.
I do not want him as Doctor
Please.
Doom.
If
Hey,
you're
what I
gonna
wanna
cast,
do-
cast Pedro Pascal, you might as well cast Bryan Cranston
Listen,
as Doctor
No,
Doom.
I actually
I am
want John. I
kidding.
want freaking John Hamm as freaking Dr. Doom.
I still want Mads Mikkelsen as Doctor Doom.
They would have
I want-
to make
I
an
want
extra
somebody
big
that's-
costume for
Yeah.
him.
Mhm.
Mads has already been in the MCU though.
That's so.
That's
That is kind of a
Caecilius.
hard one. I wonder what, because he's such a serious actor. I wonder who he would be.
Norman
You know,
A
Osborn.
watcher?
It's throwing me every time he says Mads has been in the MCU.
Norman Osborn.
I'm like, no, I haven't.
I like Norman. I like that. Norman.
He was in Caecilius, or
No, no.
Mama Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I truthfully, I could care less that he was in Doctor Strange. I
Alistair Smith.
want a European Doctor Doom.
Oh yeah.
I don't want
The Vulture.
some
Can't be the Vulture.
American doing
Michael Keaton, the
some
Vulture.
Nah,
some
he can be replaced.
horrible Eastern European accent. It's Doctor Doom. It's bothering me.
Maybe Mole Man. Mole Man? Who knows?
Face Pop
Puppet
Pete.
Master 4?
Hey,
The
guys.
other guys.
Professor X.
Now Puppet Master is going to be.
Malkovich.
No, he's too old. Too old to be Professor X.
Oh, you want John Hamm as Mr. Sinister? Maybe. That could actually work.
Wait, why is he told to be Professor X?
Because
Is-
by the time they make the X-Men, it'll be 2030.
He'll be hella old.
They keep,
Yeah,
they
you're
keep
right,
trotting
yeah,
out freaking.
That's if they
cars.
even make the X-Men at this rate.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Who knows?
Let's be real here.
You're going to see the X-Men in Deadpool. And
It'll be a
Wolverine,
TV
yes,
series on Disney
Yeah,
Plus.
but it's going to be the Fox X-Men and Deadpool.
Yes, the Fox X-Men. That's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get.
Well, I hope it's
Yay,
their
more
like
Factor
Avengers
Jensen.
send off.
Now,
I just
actually,
hope it's their
if
send
you
off.
read the rumor, they said they're gonna be rumors have it that Doc Ock and Green Goblin will be younger
Gifted
for Spider-Man. So
AOA
knows?
gifted 1 membership to Qatar. Yeah,
Mephisto.
congrats.
Who said Mephisto? That's not that. I don't know, man. An older Mephisto. That could be pretty dope.
nah,
Right?
I
Al
thought Sacha
Pacino.
Baron Cohen was going to be
Yeah.
Mephisto.
Al Pacino as
Yeah.
Mephisto.
Fucking Borat. Give me a break.
Ooh.
I'm already not even feeling that.
Well, you know what? Actually, he got in trouble with something, so I don't even think that he might even get to do the part anymore. Apparently, he's got some
Yep.
kind of a lawsuit.
I don't.
That he sexually harassed some girl.
I'm not a fan of
Yeah.
Sacha Baron Cohen, to be honest with you.
Who hasn't
Eventually,
harassed-
every
I'm
actor
not
gets
either.
eventually every actor gets accused of something.
Exactly. Indecent exposure.
Ask Roman Polanski.
See, I don't know what's worse is like an actor that I don't like from the get, or an actor that I enjoy their work early on and then I stop liking them. I think that's where Sacha Baron Cohen lies with me. And it's
I
like,
never thought that dude was funny. I'm sorry,
dude,
you're-
the second Borat was such a fucking waste of time. Like, oh god, why did they make that movie?
I don't know. I just
What was
watched.
the
I
other
just
one he
watched,
did where the last 10 minutes of the movie is a dancing dick.
I just
That
watched
was
Atlas.
Bruno.
Bruno.
I just watched Atlas on
We
Netflix.
don't talk about Bruno.
Please
I
stop
like that
wasting
movie.
Mark Strong as an actor in shitty roles.
I like the Bruce Willis. There. Thank you.
So it's not a good movie. Atlas wasn't good. The trailer looked pretty cool, but I'm hearing like bad stuff about it.
I'm sorry. I don't find Jennifer Lopez believable in those.
She's not
types
an
of
actress.
roles.
She sucks as actress.
No, I've watched her in crap movies where
The mother was
she's done
good.
things
She
and
was
it's
good
been
in
fine, yeah.
Selena. She was good in Selena.
And that type of a more grounded type movie, it makes sense. It just didn't work for me. And again, stop wasting Mark Strong. He's too good of an actor to keep putting in shitty projects.
Hey, Jennifer
What?
Lopez
He was
also,
amazing in Lantern. Oh man.
Jennifer
He
Lopez
was actually. He was one of the.
pretty
He was definitely one of the highlights.
He was the
of
high point
Green
of that
Lantern.
movie. He was really good as
You know, I don't know what they would do with him in the MCU. Really don't.
Well,
I'm telling
Uncle
you.
Ben.
he was.
I don't
he
know.
was
Who
rumored-
knows?
he
No,
was
he's got to
rumored
be
as-
somebody good.
No, he was
No, we want
actually
somebody-
rumored at one
Yeah.
time as Norman Osborn. They had him as one of the Norman Osborns. Him, Matthew McConaughey were going back and forth as Norman Osborn in the MCU. They were talking
Silvermane.
about that.
It could be Silvermane.
Yeah, Superman is good.
Well, I mean,
Come on.
are they going to lean harder into the whole like Defenders crap with the street level New York stuff with Deadpool and all that crap?
They
And then
are. That's
not
what they- that's
Deadpool,
what
but
they're
Daredevil.
doing. Spider-Man.
Daredevil. Thank you.
Daredevil,
And Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, if they do that, then yeah, I could see him as Norman Osborn, but I don't know. Norman Osborn, just give us goddamn, or at least they've established that we don't have a Norman Osborn in this
Well,
this
you know what?
timeline.
They
or
are going to
whatever.
have one eventually because Sony wants to double dip. They want their Sony verse, but they also want to have Spider-Man
Well-
and other characters in Marvel eventually.
Isn't that separate though?
But
They want to double
it's
dip
going so
because,
well for
because
Sony
the
right now.
Sonyverse has been tanking.
Well, they want to double dip, but they can't. The only character that's even crossed over from any other movies was Venom for like 10 seconds at the end of the thing. I mean, aside from the Spider-Man, I'm talking about
Yeah.
Spider Universe.
I mean, in
from
theory, he
Sony.
should be
The,
Norman Osborn.
the
but
Venomverse.
The MCU needs some decent, larger villains that aren't one and dones, which
That's what I
is
said.
what Marvel
Doom.
loves. They're one and dones.
I just don't know how he
So
would be with an accent.
start seeding some bigger villains.
What's,
Fuck it,
um,
let's just make him Galactus.
what
and
about
get
the
it over with.
Beyonder? The
What's that
Beyonder-
Iron Man
No.
villain? Stain?
What about the Beyonder?
Dane.
Because they
Stain,
showed-
Stain.
They know way too. You guys know way too.
That
much.
was
Oh,
that was
I
I
Hey,
never even
what's
heard of
his face?
Silverman. Hey, I gotta run it real quick,
Dice.
Aaron. I'll be back. I gotta run up and pick
Yeah,
up
yeah.
this
All right.
pizza. I'll be back.
Agreed, power.
No, Stain was the bad guy in the first one, wasn't he?
Well, think about it. Look,
Jebediah or whatever.
Oh yeah.
you're the Beyonder for Secret Wars because he showed the thing of Secret War. Eventually, what's going to be a Secret Wars type of thing down the road. He could be the Beyonder.
And Beato's gonna have one of those big curly hairs, just like at the comic.
No, he has a hair. He wear a wig. You can put a wig on him.
Here is something. Here's another rumor. The budget for
It's been a
Blade
rumor
will
for
be
years.
between 50 and 70 million.
God,
It
that
will
sucks.
be rated R and very dark, no comedy at all.
How do they know? How do they know that? Because didn't they just get rid of the current screenwriter? They just
exactly.
dumped the current writer. So now you have another writer. So it's like
2 new writers.
How much?
How do they know what they're doing?
We're gonna see that Ryan Johnson trilogy before this movie, guys. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy that 70 million. What movie is a $70 million movie in the MCU? And on top of that,
They do
it's gonna make more money than that.
It's not a lot of CGI when it comes to
I don't
Blade.
care. They did the
Vampires.
creator. They did the creator for what 100 million. That movie looked great. I enjoyed it. I thought it was exceptionally well done for a reasonable budget. And there was tons of CGI in that movie. So it can be done.
At this point, just cancel the Blade movie. Wait a few years, people forget about this debacle that was Blade. Hire a new lead actor, because by the time this movie gets made, Mahershala Ali will be like too old.
He's 50 years old already.
Yeah.
I mean, at that rate, you might as well get Wesley Snipes' ass back.
Let me ask you, what is so wrong about making this? How hard is it to make this friggin' movie? You know, this makes me laugh. You have story, you have lore already. Just take aspects from those stories.
The problem with Blade in comics is he's probably had like one good story in the 50 years.
Look at the first Blade movie.
Yes.
I'm a big bad vampire. I want vampires to rule the world. Blade, no, I'm not going to let that happen. Movie, done.
Yeah, which one had Triple H?
How hard is it? How hard is it? Just write some shit.
This makes me laugh.
There.
This is the problem. You see the writers, the strike. Oh, we want more money. How come a damn writer can't do a friggin' movie? Come on, man.
Well, they're writing them. They're writing them. Somebody's throwing them in the trash.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is. That's
Iger.
Sticky fingers.
Management.
Sticky fingers.
Probably Iger.
It's not Iger. If you think Iger is looking at screplays, then you guys are all fucking crazy.
Well, after he barely got
Right?
reelected to the board, yeah, I think he is.
No,
all right, you know what? You know how you start the movie? You start the movie back when Dracula was around, and you see him start the thing, and it goes, Blade is born. Like you watch when Blade is born. That
the 60s.
Blade's mother becomes a vampire. Just do the same
60s.
story that you do in the comic, and then you make it modernized. That Blade is in Europe fighting vampires. There's vampires. I don't understand.
Yeah, all you need is a basic story. All you need to do is seed the horror side of Marvel. That's all you need to do.
That's it.
You could put out a very basic movie. It doesn't have to be fucking lights out. You introduce some characters.
The worst thing is, the more they push this movie back, it's not gonna. The popularity of the overall genre is gonna wane. So, they'll release it. It'll come out like a dull fart.
They could have just got one of these A24 or Blumhouse writers to write a horror script, a basic horror movie that doesn't cost much. It'll be a hit because it's horror and people will go see it. Doesn't take much, like Joe said.
Yeah, it's simple.
I'm telling you, it's just it makes me laugh. It boggles my mind that they're struggling to write this friggin' movie. Can it be that Mahershala Ali wants to? It's his fault that the 3 writers didn't do good, and it's him. It could be because it's 3 sides of every story. But the fact is that how hard is to write a vampire? You think? Fuck, you had Twilight. You had these dumbass friggin' movies that came out, vampire movies. Why can't you do a legitimate vampire movie for?
What was this? What was that, Sticks?
I don't know why you would let your lead actor have a say in a script anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, Aaron Eckhart's going to have like 10 crappy action movies out before there's a Blade movie that's even made.
The Ray movie is going to come out before this.
The thing I think they're waiting for is I think Marvel wants to do Curse of the Mutants with the Dracula and Blade.
Oh yeah.
And They don't have mutants in the MCU yet, so they have to wait. They keep writing these scripts and it's not working because they want the X-Men in it.
They also want to do Midnight
something.
Suns, so they need to do Blade.
What you can do is you can have remember Dracula versus Apocalypse. You have that movie Dracula versus Apocalypse. You can have it start off like that. Apocalypse. You can make the appearance of Apocalypse back in the time fighting Dracula, and then it goes into modern times where you introduce Blade. Blade could be introduced same time as the friggin' mutants.
You just need a simple goddamn vampire movie. All you need is a simple vampire movie. And Blade is a Van Helsing-ish character that kills vampires. End of story. It's literally, they should be able to crap this out in their sleep.
Where's Blade? We have a problem with vampires.
There's no reason that this should have gone through 7 rewrites or however many it's had now. That's just crazy. And it's not even like rewrites. They're just completely scrapping stuff and starting from scratch.
You know what? I almost guarantee the first script was so simple and probably perfect for it that's when it got thrown out. That's when it all went awry.
Yeah, because Michelle Ali said he didn't like it.
No, you know why?
Simple.
It wasn't enough action.
It was not. There was one that his daughter was the lead, and he was getting the back seat. He was like the third co-star behind that, and he didn't like that, so they scrapped that.
Tough shit.
So look, at the end of the day, what they could do is instead of doing the Blade, do the friggin' Midnight Suns. Make a Midnight Sun movie, and you can introduce Blade, Ghost Rider, and put that in the MCU right there. Instead of trying to do these single movies, you know what? Just start the team up movie already.
But that's what they do. They like to seed. They like to put in a Blade movie, introduce 1 or 2 other characters that'll show up later, and then you have another movie, and it'll introduce another character, and then you team them up and bring them together.
They didn't do it for Hulk.
You know,
Hulk's a weird property, though.
Yeah.
They wanted Blade to be like Nick Fury.
They didn't.
Introduce the Midnight Suns. Go to each supernatural thing. And go, I'm putting a team together. They want to do shit like that again. Just make
too soon to do Midnight Suns. I agree.
There's already talked about
do one thing first, and if Blade works, then be like, oh, maybe we can.
I'll throw one out. What if they did like a Bloodstone movie that had Dracula in it, and then
I'd love that. I
love
Blade.
They already established Elsa, so
I love the Elsa character. I truthfully, again, Werewolf by Night still one of my favorite things that Marvel's done. So
yeah.
All right. Next up, Sacha Baron Cohen's in talks to portray Skeletor in a live-action He-Man and the Master of the Universe movie. This is just a rumor, guys.
Well, listen, have him as the actor and have Mark Hamill as the voice.
I don't know.
No.
I don't have faith in this Master of the Universe property anyway. Live action. I'm happy with it being animated form because the Netflix series is just amazing.
Yes, it was. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it. Even though my boy friggin' Hordak died, but now he's in a bantha tank.
Whoa! Spoilers!
Dude,
I don't
didn't watch it by now, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm with them on that one. It's been out long enough that if you haven't seen it, you're open to spoilers. I mean, our life is on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our audience is watching 12 other streams where they already spoiled it.
God, that just made me feel really sad inside. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
We're all on YouTube all the time. We live on YouTube. Oh God. Oh, I don't want to.
I was just talking to my wife about YouTube. You know, the
go
people who made all
outside.
the money back in the day, all the big YouTubers, they got out of YouTube. They're doing other things now, and now it's hard to make the money that these people made years ago. That's it.
Well, because YouTube's flooded, dude. You got every Tom, Dick, and Harry on here talking on the stream.
That's it.
Myself included.
Dolph Lundgren can play Skeletor, and they can save on the makeup.
What? That's bullshit.
I'm sure they can take any of those actors and actresses that are on Ozempic and have them play Skeletor at this point.
Listen, at the end of the day, Dolph Lundgren did a good job as He-Man. I like the original He-Man. I do like
there's no reason for this to be a live action movie. There's no reason for it.
Look, you know what? They want to bring back the nostalgia. You know what? And they not. That the movies they keep making reboots of all these movies that came out years ago. Stop. Just make animation. Animation.
Nobody's like I mean, well, I'm sure there are people out there that are balls to the wall, the original live action He-Man, but
I like that.
I love that movie. Sorry.
I like that movie.
I liked it for its cheese because it was
Yes.
a cheesy movie, and that's what made it fun. You can't make a cheesy movie now, I don't think, with this
No,
without
it
it being
doesn't,
purposely
because-
made that
no.
way. You know, here's a $200 million cheesy movie. That doesn't work.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that doesn't
Look,
work.
back in the 80s, everything was fresh, brand new. So you can get away with things. Now, because people are spoiled with all the technology that we have, that's it. No.
Next up, Tom Holland may face Doc Ock and Green Goblin again in the MCU. Let's
There you go.
reuse the
Bryan
same
Cranston right
old
there.
villains.
Bryan Cranston, Green Goblin. There you go.
You make him Doc Ock.
Actually, you know what? He could be Doc Ock, and you have Matthew McConaughey as Green Goblin. I want Matthew McConaughey in the MCU. Come on, man. All right. Come on.
I don't see McConaughey doing it.
I don't know.
I really don't. I would absolutely die if you get Green Goblin swooping in, looking all menacing, and the first thing he says is "all right, all right, all right."
And then he says,
And then laughs.
Girls turn 18 every day.
Oh man,
Aw.
wild turkey. Oh,
I don't
man.
know. It's just I don't know. There's so many characters in the rogues gallery of these heroes, and they keep going back to the same villains. Come on already. Give me Hydro Man.
Well,
I'm telling you, dude, they're running out of the popularity clock in terms of pop culture. Okay, Hollywood is not going to stand for throwing money at these movies if they're not going to keep making money. So they better hurry up, throw everything they got against the wall in the next few years, and then count their money afterwards, and not try to string everybody out and bring everything back or recast a bunch of people that people are already familiar with.
I'll say what I was. If you put out a Spider-Man movie, it's going to make money. I don't care how shitty it is. If it's a Spider-Man movie, it's going to make money. Spider-Man puts asses in seats. You put out a Batman movie, it's going to put asses in seats. You put out an X-Men movie, it's going to put asses in seats. All the other stuff is, to me, it's up in the air. But you have pillar characters that doesn't matter how bad the movie is.
Yes, I want Hobgoblin. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Oh,
at the end of the
Hobgoblin.
day, Batman and Spider-Man have the greatest rogue galleries of any hero, and there's so many characters as you can put. Look, I love the goblins. I know Green Goblin is a thorn in Spider-Man's side, like Joker's the thorn in Batman's side, but like show Hobgoblin. I want Hobgoblin. You could have Demon Goblin. Demon Goblin could be part of the Midnight Suns. You can make that happen.
Crotch Goblin.
They could even do
the Queen Goblin.
Scarlet Spider, Ben Riley. Bring the clone.
Oh,
Yeah,
nobody
bring
wants
the
to
clone.
see Ben Riley in his cut off goddamn sweatshirt.
Hey,
about
I like
Kane?
that
You can
sweatshirt.
have Kane. I like Kane, the clone of Spider-Man, the one that that came out. You have that. You can have a good story with that. The Clone Saga. A lot of things good came out of the Clone Saga, even though the story.
Which Clone Saga? They seem
the
to
first
just
one,
love
Maximum
going
Clone-
back to that well.
Maximum Clones, the first clone. When you thought that Ben Riley was Peter Parker, when they went back to
That's the
back to
second one.
the original story when he was cloned. And you could have different stories like that, and you have a lot of great characters. A lot of bad guys, a lot of great villains out there. I want a legitimate Hobgoblin on friggin' screen, man. Give me that's my favorite Spider-Man villain, Hobgoblin. I want that.
I prefer Legion of Monsters over Midnight Suns.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
just me.
Mm-hmm.
Look, they had the Inferno storyline that was fantastic, going through all the titles. Freaking Hobgoblin became the Demon Goblin, and the Demon separated from the Hobgoblin. And these stories, a lot of these stories were great back in the day. How come they can't put this shit on screen? This is the problem.
It's
I don't
a lot of
understand.
these
You have-
characters don't translate well into the big screen.
Lizzo.
With all the crap that they could do nowadays, any of these characters can. I just don't understand it. You have comic book writers at your beck and call. You have a ton of source material. You could put together competent stories. It's not rocket science. Nobody's creating something from scratch. I mean, everything's gonna be some type of retread of something that's a retread of a retread of a retread.
Look, Tombstone, Hammerhead, perfect characters to be on the criminal side on the grounded heroes. As
We
part
already
of,
have Kingpin.
I know. Get the Kingpin. Have
you know.
Tombstone with Hammerhead as part of his duo to go after. It's great.
Chameleon.
I don't understand.
I don't know. My adversity to the Spider-Man movies is Tom Holland. I still do not like him as Spider-Man.
How am I supposed to know what's going to happen in a Spider-Man movie if we don't have Tom Holland to leak it repeatedly?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. Just find some more entertaining villains. Spider-Man has a ton of villains. Just grab some that's
Put the
hasn't
Spot.
been used yet.
Bring us a Spot, even though it was in the cartoon. I want to see a live action Spot. Hey, you have Cardiac.
We can do Tarantula.
Tarantula. There you go, Tarantula. You got who else do you have? You have Puma. You can do
Puma. Forgot about Puma.
Yeah, you have who else do you have? You have a ton of characters, man. You got the Vermin. You have the Vermin as a creature in the friggin' sewers. You're gonna have all that shit going on.
Well, the problem is none of these people want to do one-off movies. None of these movies want to be one-off movies where they can just take some shit character or the B-level villain or whatever and just write a story and put it out there. Everything has to be bigger and everything has to basically be a 2-hour trailer for the next thing that they're going to do. So you need big characters, recognizable characters.
Look, Captain America, right? Connects. So all that stuff connects into, you can do it to Spider-Man, to the ground level characters, because think about it. You figure you have President General Ross now is going to be the Red Hulk. His influence on the world against the heroes. You make collaborations with the Kingpin. You give Kingpin, he becomes the mayor. You have that going on. If Norman Osborn comes in, you give him the director spot of the Dark Avengers, and you could have Dark Reign.
I don't want it all. I don't want it all. This. I wish they would just separate everything out. Give me horror. Give me street level. Give me space. And then give me.
You can make the movies like the comic books. If you did that, you make the live action comic books. You just put them out there, different stories. I understand that. But,
and Gang War was horrible. Just saying.
Well, the old Gang War was good. The original one.
The new one was bad.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah.
New one's bad. Yeah.
All right. Next up. Did I just skip? Wait. Okay. Anthony Starr is rumored to have joined the cast of Peacemaker Season 2 after recently following James Gunn and Lydia Jones on Instagram. Althea. Thank you.
No problem, babe.
What do you think of this?
That's fun.
Who's he going to play?
Yeah,
there's been rumors that he's Booster Gold. And they actually asked him about him being in the DCU, and his quote was, "Me and James just play golf. If it ain't milk, I ain't doing it, honey. I cannot wait to see what he does with the DC universe. I'm excited to see what he cooks up. Maybe he shouldn't use milk and James Gunn in the same sentence." Just saying.
Yeah. Nobody really wants to think about James Gunn and milk.
No.
Those pedophile parties are really.
Whoa! I can't say that.
Yeah, P3DO. P3DO.
Yeah.
Hey,
this is what you risked bringing me on.
Oh God.
I don't know. And then we have another Anthony Starr story about people idolizing Homelander. There's a very strange thing that happened with the character. Though he is clearly not a good guy, a lot of people have glommed onto him, idolized him. I've seen some shit on Twitter, and I'm like, wait, what? You are missing the point of the character.
Nobody's done that. Maybe some people have, but it's I don't. This shit gets so overblown. and weird. There's not a ton of people out there that are like Homelander's the hero of the boy. That's ridiculous. People
I
might be
believe it.
saying it ironically, but
Yeah, I guess he gets a lot of tweets and messages from his fans of the show.
mean,
So,
there are
hey,
people
welcome
out
back,
there who
Chris.
I had to run
there
and
are
get
people out there who like the
pizza.
villain more than the heroes. So
What happened?
there are people out there who like villains more than the hero. So
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
I like them both. I like a good villain that can play off a good hero. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Or a relatable villain. I'm a sucker for that. I know everybody digs a relatable villain, but I'm like that. I dig Thanos. You know what I mean? I dig villains like that.
well, and because he started as a hero in a way, briefly, people then want some type of redemption arc as well.
Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of these villains that in comics. People start loving these characters and loving these villains, and then let's make them to anti-heroes,
Oh, that's
ruining
yeah.
perfectly good villains.
That's Marvel's MO. They love their anti-heroes.
Yeah, but I would that's why I dig like the Mr. Sinisters. They just been evil and they stay evil. You know,
Yeah,
or
that's what I want. I want a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think what's
And
her face will
then-
be a villain or an anti-hero?
Oh,
Xavier's sister, Cassie.
villain.
Yeah.
Cassandra. Yeah, she's
No.
a straight villain. There's
Yeah.
no redemption for her. And then, what's on the thumbnail? Anthony Starr, why Homelander would kick Superman's ass. There's no kryptonite factor, and homie will fight so dirty. He's the
Yeah.
type to go, "Oh, you got me," and he goes down, then comes up with throws sand in your eyes. Whereas Superman is always like, "Oh, I wouldn't do that. Oh, there's innocent children that might get hurt." Homie's going to human shield himself with the kids.
Yes.
What do you guys think of this while I go take a break? Be right back. You're in charge, mama.
That's power.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Superman has guardrails, and Homelander doesn't. So
He has to hold back, and Homelander doesn't.
Yeah, Superman only has guardrails when he thinks he's going to hurt his opponent.
I don't know.
Or
We've
other people.
we've seen him going up against people like Darkseid and other equally,
Doomsday.
Doomsday, all of that, where he's excited that he doesn't need to hold back because you can take it now, can't you, big boy?
Was it Jeff's son or daughter?
Listen, Homelander can put kryptonite on his hands and just beat
Yeah,
the shit out
but-
of Superman.
Homelander's biggest weakness is
His ego.
sound.
Yeah.
And Superman has actually destroyed, an iceberg, just by screaming.
Look, let's be
He's
honest. It's still
Vastly
Superman.
stronger. He's vastly faster.
Yeah. I mean, it's Superman. Let's be real. I mean, I like to think Homelander might have a chance if he doesn't, because Superman has to hold back. But in the end, if you piss off Superman, it's Superman. You know what I mean? He's unbeatable.
Mhm.
As
I mean,
much
he's
as
dragged
as
an
much as I
entire
hate to admit
galaxy.
that about the Boy Scout, he's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he's dragged an entire galaxy, to a new location when their star was going supernova. And I'm going to take two parallel scenarios. Homelander in the show casually tossed a baseball, landed in Boston. Superman casually tossed a dwarf star.
I wonder what the parallels are, though, when it comes to
Did that land in Boston?
Landed a lot further. No, I think he tossed it into the sun, but it was the same
Kind of
casual
Boston.
toss, but with something that was vastly heavier, like heavier than our own planet.
I see what you're saying.
Anthony Starr can believe that he would kick Superman's ass, but that just shows what little research he's actually done.
I mean, let's go break it down to like the bare minimum of everything. What's that shit called that they pump in their bodies? V.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everything that Homelander has is a genetic experiment. It's genetic mutation. Superman's an alien from another planet who literally thrives off the sun. Homelander's fucked.
Hey, he's
Yeah.
an illegal alien. He's an illegal alien.
Yeah.
Homelander pretends he's an alien. Superman is. Welcome back.
Ah, thank you. So, Homelander, with his weakness for milk, is throw a cow at him. Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, that's part of the fight I would love to see. Just a reenactment from Twister. Cow.
That's how the cow got there.
You know, Homelander will be willing to do anything and everything to win the fight. But once he starts killing people, that's when the gloves will be off and Superman will just wouldn't care.
Well, he has zero fight experience. I mean, like Superman's been fighting who? Everything. Homelander's never had to fight anybody.
I mean,
He's
I
never
personally,
fought
I'd rather
anybody on
see
his level.
I'd rather see an Invincible versus Superman fight, but
Yeah, Omni-Man versus Superman. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be
Ooh.
fun. Yeah,
That
they're
would be
both
fun.
aliens. Wow. Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that fight would be bet more equally leveled.
Let's talk to Dana White. We can make this shit happen.
Right?
You know, I think Superman will destroy Homelander anyway. I think he would destroy anybody. Just saying, to protect Earth, he would destroy anybody. He would
Well,
break
we
a
already
neck.
seen him snap Zod's neck, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. You know,
Right
and-
after,
and, you know,
right after they destroyed half of Metropolis.
Yep.
you know, and Superman has a lot. He has a better power set anyway than Homelander. What does Homelander have? Speed?
Very similar powers to
Yeah.
Superman, but not on the same level.
No. You know, Superman could fly back in time and kill him. No, it's not.
Homelander was stabbed with a metal straw. That's not happening with Superman.
Oh yeah.
Shazam could whoop Homelander's ass. You know what I mean? Fucking for real.
Yeah.
Leave Shazam
Yeah,
out of this, right?
the recent
Shazam's quite
Shazam could
powerful.
whip his ass.
Shazam is quite powerful, damn it.
Yeah, but I'm talking the recent one from the movies.
Oh.
That Shazam
Not
is a
even Shazam. Zachary could beat.
Oh.
Zachary as Chuck could beat Homelander.
Black Adam would stomp Homelander. I do agree with
no
that.
arguments there. Power knows how much I love that movie too. So
I love the Black Adam movie. I don't care what anybody says.
No, I liked it too. I did. I liked it.
Yeah, but could they beat Batman? No.
Nobody can beat Batman.
I needed more of Hawkman and Dr. Fate from that movie though.
Yeah.
I need
I'm with
more
you
of
on-
them.
I'm with you on that one. But that's the old JSA lover in me.
Mhm.
I do hope that James Gunn does bring Hodge
Oh,
and
I would
what's his
love
name
to,
back?
but he's actively
liked him
trying to
as a
get rid of
Hawkman.
everybody else. He was
Yeah,
a great
he-
Hawkman. Oh my god.
And I
Um,
like Brosnan as Fate as well, but you could have anybody as Fate.
Brosnan as
It's-
Fate looked right out of the comics. That was
Yeah.
dope.
I didn't
Yeah,
like
and,
Black Adam that much.
and for anybody holding out hope for Gal Gadot continuing as Wonder Woman,
Too soon.
apparently, she unfollowed James Gunn today.
Uh-oh.
My girl.
Uh-oh.
You know what that means?
Uh-oh. That means she's done. She is done in the DCU.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think Gunn has enough on his plate right now that he has to get off his plate before we worry about any other projects.
Yeah. Oh, Wonder Woman. I don't think whatever Wonder Woman they introduce will be introduced at the end of Paradise Lost as a child. That's what I'm assuming for me. That's just the history of the Amazons, which was a weird place to start, but you know.
Part of me would rather not see Wonder Woman and just see Titans. Give me a Dawn Troy. Give me a Wonder Girl.
Wonder Girl could beat Homelander. And we're talking about a villain that I love, okay? But Homelander's like low level. What's that detective chick that can lift cars and shit? She's really strong from the Marvel universe. She's an alcoholic.
Damn it.
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones could whoop his ass, man. They're like the same level to me. Isn't Jessica Jones like a low level rogue? Isn't she kind of like a rogue? You just can't suck your powers out. She's strong as fuck.
She's just strong as fuck.
Honestly, I'm kind of loving Terry Floyd's comment.
Hey, Necron.
Hey, Necron.
Power Girl. Girl would kick Homelander in the nuts.
I had no idea that Power Girl outfit was like this really fetishized thing. I didn't know much about Power Girl.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's all Power Girl is a fetishized thing. The whole character is a
fetish. I'm like, damn, I didn't know she was.
There is no need for the boob window, but it's been there for decades.
The boob window has to like really drag her down aerodynamically.
I will accept no bad mouthing the boob window.
Don't get me wrong, I love the boob window, and any character that actually has a decent rack, I love it. Especially if they put her in any of the live action movies, give me somebody with a decent rack for that character. I don't want a C cup.
Sydney Sweeney.
And you guys wonder,
No.
Ask me again why I love this chick. She's talking about she wants to see a good rack on the live action version.
Hey,
come on now.
Big boobs matter too.
Exactly.
Big boobs matter. I know Sydney Sweeney's being cast and everything. She's everybody's fan casting.
She's about the only actress that hasn't fallen into that Hollywood. I'm going to ruin my appearance.
She cannot act to save her life. I'm sorry.
You've only ever seen her in 2 things, man.
3 things.
She's great. I liked her in White Lotus.
And the Nun movie or whatever that was.
Okay, I agree with you. I agree with you. She's a rom-com chick, but come on, man, give her a chance.
She was good in Euphoria. I will say that, but you're not. What is it? What was the last one she was in? Madam Web. She was horrible.
Madam Web. Everyone was horrible.
Well, that was just a movie.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy Madam Web, so I don't care. I had fun watching it.
I haven't got myself.
Did you have a concussion?
I had a migraine while I was watching it.
Did you watch it with your eyes closed?
It's a secret weapons. Moves on Homelander's weakness and Kyle. Yes. For great breastfeeding videos, check out SNS on Renovision on Saturday nights. They will show breastfeeding videos.
They do show wild stuff.
Yeah. They have fun though.
They do.
Reading Craigslist ads, misconnections.
The Mother's Day gifts are a little concerning, but
oh my god. Matt buying lingerie for his mother.
Yeah.
What?
He's not even making that up.
What?
Yeah, one day I believe Matt said that that lingerie I will buy for my mother. Was it something like that, Sticks?
That's disturbing.
He said it 2 weeks in a row. It wasn't even just 1 week.
Oh, he said
that's something a little more deep seated.
Huh?
To which we said, "You're buying that for your mother?"
Wow.
So it's been a running joke that Kyle will show these sexy women in sexy lingerie and be like, "Matt will buy this for his mother."
Oh my.
No, I'm sorry, I missed it. I want to watch one.
You're right. Oh, that show was hilarious. It always takes a left turn on that show. They don't mean to, but it does.
Left turn down a dark alley.
So
well, that's where the GPS takes them. So.
Consensus that Superman would kick Homelander's ass.
He's Superman.
Oh, no question. If they went face to face, you know that scene where Loki meets the Hulk? It would be
Yes.
the same thing.
He's just slamming him back.
So you're actually telling me that Hancock could actually beat Homelander?
Who?
Yes.
Hancock,
think so.
second to Will
Yeah.
Smith.
Hancock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, Will Smith.
Hancock.
yeah, Hancock.
Batgirl to beat Homelander.
Yeah.
Next up, what do I have here? Damon Lindelof and Chris Mundy are writing the Lantern series for DC. I know people may have covered this, but I didn't cover this, and I think this is good because
weren't they
people
supposed
love
to write it?
Ozark.
Weren't they supposed to write
And-
it as a detective type series anyway
Mhm.
for Lanterns? So
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Your handyman could beat Homelander.
I thought Lindelof also did Game of Thrones. Yeah, no, that's Benioff and Weiss. Never mind.
What about Blank
Yeah.
Man?
No, that's the guy who ruined one of the guys that ruined Star Trek there for a hot minute.
No one could beat the power of that's fucking funny.
You know, and I
They make him like Lost.
I think there was some tweets that surfaced about Gunn criticizing Lindelof
Yep.
and his work a few years ago. Well, you know,
Wow. now they're gonna
I
look at-
guess everybody makes
Oh.
up and moves on when money is
Yeah,
involved.
that's what I mean. Not only that, we look at these Hollywood directors and these stars. Oh my God! Remember 1,000 years ago when so and so did this about so and so? We're literally somewhat of entertainers ourselves, are we not? Did we not become public figures? We go on here, we give our opinions. We all have beefs with each other, and guess what? Here we are talking again. But when it's James Gunn and Zack Snyder, the whole fucking world ends. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Like, so what? And James Gunn was probably right.
Yeah, I'm
But I
excited for
think
Monday to be involved.
Long as we get a decent show.
I
With
just
the
want good
Lanterns.
stories. Perp.
You say that one more goddamn
We just want good stories. Perp.
I just
good
want
stories.
Jon
There's good
Stewart.
stories
I
out there.
just want Jon Stewart.
Not
I
all the good
I don't
stories,
care
just good
about
stories,
any of
but
the
he's
other
gonna write it.
Lanterns. Just want Jon.
You don't
Well,
even
what-
need good
what-
story. You don't even need good stories. You just need something that will entertain you for 7 to 8 episodes.
10 years ago, let's say 10 years ago.
Nobody
when the
cared
rumor-
about good stories 10 years ago.
when the rumors were coming out that, oh my God, remember how big, like, I remember because I had a video go viral. I got like 2 million hits
Because we
off
didn't
it.
have to worry about it.
Because I said I thought Gal Gadot was too skinny to be Wonder Woman, right? But Wonder
I
Woman was going to
agree.
be in the
I
Batman.
said
Okay.
it too.
Okay. Then there was this rumor they were going to bring out the Green Lantern. And it was going to be Jon Stewart. And I was like, man, 10 years ago, give me Denzel. Give me Denzel. Give me Denzel. He was still young enough to do it. Now he's not.
Well,
I would love
his
a
son's,
Denzel
his
watching
son's
it.
still there. You can always cast his son.
Oh, who was I was watching? God. I was
Now
reading
I
a
think it should be-
discussion last night about that.
I couldn't get it out without laughing. Now I think Jon Stewart should be played by Chris Tucker. You know, that's funny. Fuck you guys. That's hilarious. He'd be all like, "Hey
Martin
man,
Lawrence.
where's my ring, man?"
Oh God. You know, as long as they keep the core lanterns, Hal, John, and what's his name?
Just picture Chris
Kyle
Tucker
Rayner?
saying, just picture,
Yeah, Kyle
Al
Rayner.
Scott?
just guys for 2 seconds in your head.
Oh, we don't
Give
need
me
Alan
this.
Scott.
Picture Chris Tucker saying the Lantern
Oh,
Creed. Picture Chris Tucker saying the Lantern Creed with the lamp and the ring. Picture it in your head right now.
As his
That's
as his
fucking hilarious.
doing it as the character from Fifth Element, Ruby.
Ruby Rock.
Ruby Rock.
Corbin, my man, Corbin.
Green,
You-
super green.
In darkest days and brightest light.
That would be hilarious, dude.
Oh man,
If you want to go all the way, just cast Cat Williams.
No.
Don't you? No, please
There's
don't.
just something about the way Chris Tucker screams.
Cat Williams.
I just think it's hilarious, man. The way he screams and he's always freaking out about something. You know, I think it'd be funny to see. But you know, I used to think Jamie Foxx was an idiot because of his comedy, and then turned out he's a phenomenal actor and singer. And y'all, I wouldn't have seen that coming. I never would have seen that coming.
I didn't know he could sing until I was like, wait, what? He could
Because I
sing?
remember him from In Living Color. Like, that guy's going to be a serious actor. Stop it. You know what I mean? And he
He
ended up
pulled it
being
off.
phenomenal. He's
Remember that movie
phenomenal.
Baps that he
Well,
was
I don't
in?
know. I don't know
Oh, that
what.
was
Are
bad.
we talking about Jamie Foxx?
Yeah,
Jamie
Jamie
Foxx.
Foxx.
I don't know if his new clone can that's out there after his.
Well,
Everybody thinks Jamie Foxx is really dead, and they brought a clone in.
Yes.
He's the new Paul
They're-
McCartney.
Dom, you were
Paul
right.
is
They are
dead.
trying to cover up. Look, Dom, you were right. They are trying to cover up the vaccine injections that are killing people by cloning the Hollywood stars that are dying. I bet LeBron ain't even LeBron anymore.
I know. And listen, I've been saying that for years, man, since it happened.
They
Well,
couldn't
we
bring
understand.
back. They couldn't bring back Kobe because he died from
That
a
would make a lot
helicopter
of-
crash. God damn.
I haven't played that in a long
I
time.
love that you. You know what? I just noticed what you did there too. I noticed the font. You used the Sopranos font to make that. You are such a racist, bro. What do you guys have against us Dagos, man? What is with y'all?
Yeah.
I'll DM you later.
I'd assume it has something to do with being from New York. But
The New York thing.
Cycling back to the conversation.
I
No,
am
I was in a conversation yesterday, and
Uh-huh.
somebody mentioned that they'd like to see Trevante Rhodes for Green Lantern, and I looked him up. I'm like, yes.
I
And I
hate to
can see
be
Bruce
right on
Fur's
the nose
googling him
with
right
it.
now.
Yeah, I
I-
am.
Listen, Mama Bear, I hate to be completely on the nose with this one. I really am, but I'm gonna be. If you're gonna give me
Oh.
John Stewart, I want Michael B. Jordan. That's it.
I can
No,
see
I
no.
want
that.
Michael B. Jordan.
Look, no. Seriously, Chris, look up Trevante
see him
Rhodes.
I can see him as
Does he
John
look like him?
Stewart.
He looks just like John Stewart from the cartoon, from the Justice League cartoon.
Trevante, what?
Trevante
Bro.
Rhodes.
Rhodes.
How the fuck you? Never mind, I found him. I was about to ask some racist shit. How do you
There you
spell
go.
Trevante? Oh wow!
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with still wanting Denzel's kid.
Yo, beard or no beard, he looks just like him.
Right?
Hey, here I got an idea.
Mama needs that.
You know who else looks like? He looks like Blade.
Let him play Blade. Get rid
Yeah,
of
he can be
Machal
Blade,
Ali.
too.
No, put him in everything. I don't care.
Put him in
Omari
everything.
Hardwick would be good as in any of them too.
Yeah.
I could spend hours listening off. I'll be good.
What the hell is that, bro?
Oh, you got you a John Stewart? Wow! of all the things to have, you got a John Stewart.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't have one.
I
of
don't
those.
have a John
I
Stewart.
got a cyborg and a Flash on there too.
Nice.
Ooh.
I got all Marvel stuff. I don't have no DC stuff.
Oh, I bought this back when I gave a crap. I was like,
And a lot of Gears of War shit too. They don't sell no more. I got a lot of Todd McFarlane
Check that
stuff.
before I got broken.
Tom
Adrian
McFarlane's about to do Marvel.
His toy
Characters.
line's actually really good, man, and affordable. You can get like,
Yeah, he makes
you know,
nice
you,
stuff.
you can get Dom and Marcus Phoenix and all that for like 25, 30 bucks. And they're really good. They come with their own platforms, different weapons. The Gears of War run was really good. And his Spawn stuff was good.
I heard something through the grapevine of somebody that told me not to tell Dom this. So Dom, cover your ears. That he's going to be doing Star Wars figures soon.
From McFarlane?
That wouldn't be too bad.
I was
That's a
actually
good
talking.
thing.
You know what's funny?
That's like-
Okay, it's sad. I
They're
actually was
affordable,
talking
yeah.
about that. My brother saying I would not mind him doing Star Wars figures. They'll have 7-inch. You'll get vehicles. You'll get things for cheaper than Hasbro. I've been talking about that for a while. You know,
You get
look,
better molds.
Hasbro.
Oh my! Thank you. You know how I've been for decades. You don't even know since 6-inch Black Series came out. Remember they were really great at first. They almost looked like figure art. Then they went all crazy with the molds, and you could find it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, my Darth Maul from Dollar General looks better than my Darth Maul from Hasbro. I'm not even kidding.
Oh,
Hasbro's the most garbage company in
But
terms
they
of
just-
what they put
is
out.
gonna
Then they
lease
tried
out all
that
their
shit.
IPs.
Then they tried
That's
that
what I heard.
shit where they closed the box, so you gotta buy two. There's not even a window on the box anymore.
Yeah.
Well, the whole thing. No, they were trying to save plastic and trying to, at the same time, save the environment, but at the same time, friggin' cost less, which is bullshit. Because the vintage figures were still getting plastic.
Yeah.
It was all it was all a tactic to make more money. But of what I heard, that Hasbro is going to start to lease out all their IPs. Super 7's going to get G.I. Joe. Transformers might go to, I don't know the company that they might take Transformers, but in the next couple of years, Hasbro just wants to just be do board games again and all that stuff like that and get away from the toys and just get the money from the other companies making it. Because look, at the end of the day, Hasbro, I don't understand how McFarlane can make something for $20 and Star Wars makes something cheaper, but their plastic is a lot more money than the plastic that McFarlane uses. Plastic is plastic.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
And I remember when the 6-inch figures started out at $19. Now they're up to like 26. Some of them
26. How about
some
30
of them
bucks?
even, yeah. Oh, some of them even more. The Darth Maul that I just bought with the metal legs, $40. That was
You add an extra helmet, an extra gun, a deluxe figure. Then you spend $40. It's ridiculous. So Hasbro lost a lot of money, and now you know what Hasbro says? They blame Star Wars.
I blame myself for buying the shit because I'm part of the problem.
No, they're blaming Disney
Star
for the
Wars.
Star Wars.
There you go. It's Chris's
They
fault.
lost money. That's what
Chris.
they're blaming. So
Hashtag blame Chris.
Well, I mean, I'll do something dumb, Bruce. I'll have a C-3PO. Then Force Awakens comes out, and there's a C-3PO with a red arm. It's the exact same figure. They just painted the arm red, but I gotta have it, and they're gonna get my
Speaking of
$25.
the exact same figures,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah. Hey,
How
look,
many Boba Fett's do you have?
How many? I got all the Boba Fett's in Funko, and now I'm getting them all autographed by all the actors who played Boba Fett.
how
I've
many
got-
do you have? You ever counted them?
Can't play.
Dom, I've got.
Yeah, I'm
have
looking
you
for a
guys ever heard
number.
of Bandai? Have you guys ever heard of figure art?
The number, let me see. Right now, there's some doubles here because I like to get the doubles, gotta get them autographed. But I have a sticker.
Are we sure that's Dom and
I've got some like him. I've got, but
Oh.
mine are figure art. They came from Japan. They're figure art. I've got 2 Jango Fetts, and I've got a fully white Boba Fett. The
Prototype Boba
mold,
Fett.
yeah. And then I've got 2 regular Boba Fetts, and I got 2 Mandalorians, and they're all from figure art. And figure art.
I love my Mandalorians, man. I love the Mandalorians. But, you know, Boba Fett, yeah. You got Django, you got the Mandalorian, you got the, you know, so I like this stuff.
Do
You got
not
the
take
armor?
a black light.
You got
do
the
not take a
armor,
black
yeah.
light to those
Yeah.
figures.
I love the armor. I got the armor.
Bruce.
I have all the friggin'
I know.
Mandalorians, but
Bad boy.
give me more.
I have
I'll
them all but one, Dom. I can't find the heavy guy. He's
Oh,
always
I
sold
have-
out.
I actually
He's
have
always
another-
sold out. The heavy gun is
Awesome.
always sold out.
You know what? I have
Isn't
an
it
extra
funny how
one.
we keep cycling back to Star Wars?
Right?
I don't know. We do.
Well, we're talking about action figures and Star Wars.
I'm
is a big
sorry, I
thing.
pulled up a John Stewart action figure. My bad,
It's your
guys.
fault,
Yeah.
Brian.
Hey, Chris, I
I'm-
have an extra
I'm-
one.
I'm just,
you
I'm just
really?
saying.
Nice.
If they
Yeah.
brought them out in one
DM
6
me.
scale, I'd be happy.
So,
I want some of that. The DC stuff does have good molds, though, Brian. I'll give you that. They have great. That Superman was dope.
Oh,
and
the
that Black
Black Suit
Adam is
Super-
the
I
Black
had the
Adam.
Black
The
Suit
Black
Superman.
Superman is dope as shit, dude.
I seem to have lost the Superman. My nephew's got a hold of him.
Where's your
Flash
shit,
doesn't look
Bruce?
Too bad.
Huh?
I know you got some DC figures, a few that I like.
All my
They're-
all my stuff is in storage.
Yeah, see, I love that we just.
You don't
buy
see
a lot
any
of shit.
comic books
That's what I
behind me,
mean.
right?
Yeah, we do.
And,
Crooked ones.
He'll show off.
crooked
He'll
ones.
show off his figures later.
Cyborg.
I love that
You know
we
what I
buy
mean?
all this shit. Guys like
Oh,
me and
that
Bruce,
is
we
pretty
buy
sure.
all this
Figure.
shit, then we
Yeah.
put it in a tote and stick it in some
Here,
locker somewhere where we never see it again.
He flies.
Bruce, no,
And he's-
really, we need help. We're psychologically damaged, man. What's
He's
wrong
got
with
his
it? We're,
detachable arm.
we're addicted. We buy shit just to put it in. We buy something in a box just to put it in another box to put it in a storage box, storage
You
container.
just
That's
want
what
that
I do.
dopamine
put it-
hit
or
when you
put
buy
it-
it.
His arm comes
Well,
off.
Or put it in a case that can't be opened.
Yeah,
It's
and
another
then
box.
they
It's
have
plastic.
somebody put
comics
Put
are
an
meant to be
arbitrary-
read, not
put an
preserved.
arbitrary number in it.
That was I like that word. Say arbitrary
look,
again.
all the
Arbitrary.
all the Boba Fett's that came out, the first Black Series, I have them all.
Aw.
I have them all in casing over on the other side of my shelf. So
All right, next up, Scream 7 is set to feature Sydney and will have a time jump from the previous film in order to age her kids and have them be main characters as well. It will be the first film in the new trilogy Courtney Cox is in talks to return
Yeah.
as Gail Weathers.
I smell
That's,
a rewrite.
that's why they're doing a
guys.
time jump.
Yeah, I smell a rewrite, guys. You know,
Well,
Jenna
they have
said
to do a
nope. You're
rewrite.
gonna, yeah, because Moreno, whatever her name is. I liked her in Abigail. She was great in Abigail.
Yep.
But and I like her, but I guess she said the wrong thing. She voiced her opinion. That's loud. Can't do that.
Yeah.
How dare she?
How
Well,
dare she?
You know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that you voiced the wrong things. You know, and you know, you want to censor you with some of the things you want to say, some of the things you shouldn't say. But
No, I get it, and there are consequences, and I'm learning a lot about what is it called, your clause, your morality clause or whatever. I
Yeah.
get it. I'm learning a lot about that, but I feel like just because she said something I don't agree with, she should be allowed to say it, just like Gina should have been allowed to say whatever the fuck she wanted to say. I don't think you should censor anybody, but if you lose
No,
your
it didn't
job,
censor them. They still said what they said. It's just consequences for what they said.
Mhm.
Nobody censored them.
well, I don't think Gina or Milano, whatever, should have lost their job. I don't think it should have happened.
They shouldn't
you
have.
know, well, look, I'll be honest with you. Like my job, you work for a corporation. You can't say a lot of things, and
Oh no, I get it, Dom. I understand.
You know,
I for
and,
real,
you know, and look, not to say that I'm a scumbag. I want to say shit that's offensive and stuff like that. But at the same
He's a
time,
scumbag.
you know, at the same time, you say something, and it's like they only want you to hear one thing, and that's it. But if you have something you want to say, and you're trying to be diplomatic and very respectful about it, you're still wrong. You can't. They don't let you talk about something else. They want.
They don't want
that.
to hear your opinion. They want to hear their opinion coming out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
that's what
that's why
jobs
everybody
are.
has.
And I hate both sides for it. I hate both sides for doing
Yeah,
it.
and
Both
they
sides.
do that. They
No, it's not a political thing. It's a job thing. It's a work
That's a
thing.
job.
No,
Yeah.
but
Well,
that's
I didn't know that
happening
much
everywhere.
about.
But like I said,
I-
some people seem to get away with it.
I didn't know
Paid
shit
your-
about
paid your
morality
best guy.
clauses. You know what I mean? I didn't. Like, yeah. Should look. I love Mel Gibson. Okay, but he said some dumb shit. Then he did some dumb shit later on, and then said some more dumb shit. And that's why they were just like, "Hey, look, man, you can be behind the camera, but you can forget the days of being in front of that motherfucker because you keep saying too much dumb shit."
He's back in front of it, and he's doing fine. And you know what? Truthfully, some of the shit that's coming out of people's mouths nowadays makes that stuff seem tame.
No, right.
True.
True. Basic
They
rule of
probably
thumb, though. Sarkis.
No, they probably rewrote the script to fit Sydney in it. And I think, believe it or not, as much as people love Jenna and simp over her and all that, Sydney's the GOAT. She's the alpha and the omega.
You
And
think they're gonna kill her?
I love it. Probably, or make her the villain. If they really want to impress me, just have Sydney finally snap the fuck out. And she's Ghostface. That would be awesome. You know what I mean?
Well, eventually they'll have a female Ghostface. They have to because it's part of
They
the.
already had. They already
cycle.
did.
They did.
Oh, well, they
Oh
did.
yeah,
had
the
his
family.
mom.
Where you
Yeah.
Wait, which one was that? That was the last one, right?
That was the
No,
second movie.
Roseanne's
second
wife.
one.
It was Roseanne's wife. Roseanne's sister.
That was her sister or cousin.
No, it was
her
the
name?
it was
You know
the
what? I
second
actually
movie.
think-
It was his mom.
What's her
forgot.
name?
Well, I forgot because I remember the
No,
first
and
one,
the third
yeah.
one when she
Lori
went to
Metcalf?
Lori
No,
Metcalf, yeah, and Timothy Oliphant. They were the villains in part
and the
2.
third one, it was her cousin and her
Yeah.
cousin's boyfriend or whatever.
Yo, it's gonna be a dog next one. You have farm animals
Yeah.
being screamed.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be a
How
dog
was
next. Yeah.
At the end, that gossip.
We don't
that'll do, Pig.
condone that here. No
That'll do, Pig.
interspecies love here.
What? No Planet of the Apes crossover with the Scream franchise?
I'm in.
There you go.
No B
mean-
movie. Stop.
I'm just saying, no, that could be a big hit. Crossovers are a big thing right now. You get
Oh.
Fast and the Furious mixed with Planet of the Apes, it's on.
No, the one I want to see because like Dom did mention, I think it was Dom that mentioned Hasbro was selling all of their stuff off. Give me a Fast and the Furious Transformers one.
I think
Crossover.
that could actually happen, believe it or not. Fast and Furious has become so wonky and crazy and kooky. That could actually happen someday.
They could do Fast
And
Furious
Transformers
and
movies
Jurassic
seem more
Trans Furious,
grounded.
come on.
They seem more grounded than Fast and Furious movies. at this
Fast
point.
and Furious
You
and Jurassic
can't
Park.
call it Trans Furious.
Well,
Trans Furious.
You're gonna
Or
get
better, Jurassic Park and
We're
Fast and the
family.
Furious.
Optimus
Fast
Prime.
and
We're
Jurassic.
family.
But I'm a huge fan of the Scream movies. I am.
Me too.
Give me more Scream movies. I don't care.
I love them
There
all. The
hasn't
only one I
been-
didn't really like
There
was the
hasn't been
fourth.
a bad Scream movie.
No,
Think
the
about
fourth
it.
one was it took a while for the fourth one to grow on me. When I realized
Mhm.
what they were doing with the social media and clout chasing, I was like, oh, that's brilliant. They were ahead of the curve. They were cloud chasing and filming about cloud chasing before cloud chasing was cloud chasing. You know what I mean? Like that's weird. I never
There we
really
go.
thought about that.
Her
Thank you,
brother
Noah.
was the villain in the third one, and her cousin was the villain in the fourth one.
It's
Okay.
always family. It's always family.
You know
It's always
what?
family.
Have her be the one that manipulated everything from the get-go.
Oh my god, that would be smart.
Everything.
Yeah,
like,
but
all the
she's too.
killers-
She was
all-
too young
all the
to be
killers. I
doing
know,
that.
but all the killers that she started, this was all in her mind. She's the real killer.
Or her clone is.
No clones.
No clones.
That
Okay, just
everything you're
The,
seeing,
the killer's AI.
everything you're seeing is in her mind that went played out. Meanwhile, she is the Scream. She's the final boss in Scream.
No, no.
I never thought I'd see the
Make-
day
make
where
it-
Dom
make it-
wants
make
to
it
see
Gale
a
Weathers.
character retconned.
Make it Gale. I want Gale Weathers as the villain.
That would work.
Oh,
She's
I
the
would
one that's
love
been
Gale
making
as
money
the
off.
Be
the
Gail,
since
or
the
even
bat.
Sydney's dad. Even Sydney's dad
He-
was in on it
No,
the whole
because
time. It could be
After
anything.
a certain
Dewey.
amount of slasher movies,
Dewey's the
horror
villain.
movies.
Dewey's dead as
And-
fuck, bro.
Listen, you live a life like
He
this.
died
you
in the
work
last
with
one, right?
somebody over and over again. You're almost dying all these times because you're fighting a slasher that keeps coming back. You would snap too.
Yeah,
Because you-
she's
you-
not psychologically stable.
Yeah, she's not. So basically, you have it in her mind that everything's been going on. She snapped since the second one or the third one, and she's out there. Her mind is not there. She's sitting there, and she's the real killer. She's in a psycho ward right now in a freaking a suit, sitting there.
So if
She's like
so
the
if
Joker.
they're aging up her kids, are they setting up for her kids?
Yeah, they're set. They're set. No, I think they're setting up for a trilogy.
That's really going to break her.
No,
Yeah.
I know who the mastermind behind all of this really is. It's Dom Toretto. Because you got to think this has all been about family.
There you go. It's all about family. You're right.
Family.
Ah,
It's family. Why'd you kill that person? It's family.
I want them to have I want the next Scream to open up the party in Beverly Hills and his various housewives from reality shows getting killed.
I knew you were gonna say so. I knew where you were going with this, man.
I could think of a family in that region that could probably, you know.
I know who you're thinking. I would love to see the Kardashians get diced the fuck up.
Oh hell yeah!
Exactly.
You know, look. How about this? It opens.
Come
up
on, the NBA would be a lot better for it. So would hip hop.
It'd be a lot safer.
Don't worry about it. It's all getting exposed. The Diddy parties with all the Kardashians.
Christopher's now regretting bringing me on.
A new trilogy when they didn't finish the last trilogy. I never regret anything I do.
Listen, why don't they open up this that the kids
Anthony's
are older,
right
she's
about
getting
that,
killed.
though.
She gets killed by the character in the beginning. You think she's dead, and it turns out that she is the mastermind.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I want more Scream. It's actually the only horror franchise besides.
Come on, man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Should I do it?
Do it.
Should I do it?
You're gonna do it.
Should I do it?
Go ahead.
Besides, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm
Do
not
it,
gonna
do it,
Aw,
do it,
No,
do it.
no.
please.
Besides the Saw franchise, that's actually kept the interest of the audience.
That's not true.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think you were gonna go with Saw though.
Where you thought I was gonna go?
Friday the 13th, one of the slasher ones, the big one.
No,
No,
because Friday
Fri-
the 13th had some really bad.
Yeah,
bad-
Friday the
Yeah.
13th has some.
And as much as I love Nightmare on
Peaks
Elm
and
Street,
valleys.
they did have some failures there. And I'm not counting any Nightmare on Elm Street that does not have Robert Englund playing Freddy. That's
That's
not
fair.
Nightmare to me.
That is fair.
Wait, was there? Oh, you're talking about the remake. Yeah, it was very good. What's that
Yeah,
guy's name?
I
Rorschach.
Robert
It's Robert
Englund.
Yeah, no, the other guy. They tried to
Oh,
get
the
Rorschach.
other guy.
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong. I love that actor, but
I
he's
love
still
him.
not
I love
Freddy.
him since what? You know, the first place I ever
It's
saw
great.
that
Bad
actor-
News Bears.
Bad News Bears. That's the first place I ever saw him, dude.
Kelly.
Halloween has always been my favorite. Anthony Cheeseman said.
Halloween was my favorite until those last couple movies.
I didn't mind the last one. The only one I had a
God,
problem
it was
with was the Rob Zombie remake of part
Two.
2 was
Part
horrible.
2 was horrible, man.
Oh, it
the
was so
part before the
bad.
last one with Anthony Michael Hall, that was a atrocious movie.
I even like
director-
H2O.
Bruce, the director's cut though, when Danielle Harris finally gets killed by Michael, and they have the guy that does the voice for Chucky.
I didn't see the director's cut.
The director's cut's actually better, but you get Lori screaming her head off for another 30 minutes, and it's so fucking annoying. Just through the whole movie, she's losing her mind, screaming, screaming, screaming. And I'm just like, but the scene where, what's the guy's name? Brad Dourif finds his daughter mutilated. It's so emotional. It's actually emotional, man. It's real. That's the only good scene in that movie. The rest is just Rob Zombie and his hillbilly bullshit.
Yeah.
So is this thing, if you guys think about it, is this the only franchise that hasn't had a bad movie?
Horror franchise? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
franchise in general.
No, there's franchises that haven't had a bad movie
That that lasts this long.
that lasts this long. I don't know. I don't think the Mad Max. I think every Mad Max movie is good in its own way.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, come on, you get extra points just for Tina Turner being a villain in one of them. You know, that's a
There
great
you
one.
go. Anthony Chessman's got a good one. Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the remakes are good of those.
I'm not a zombie person, and even I've seen Evil Dead.
I like Evil Dead. I like the original cheesy ones. The original ones.
So moving on. Next up, A24 has revealed the first look at the nearly unrecognizable Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as MMA icon Mark Kerr and Benny Safdie's The Smashing Machine.
That's also the name of the documentary. Have you guys ever seen it?
No.
Mark Kerr was he was one of the early guys to come into the sport of MMA, and he got strung out on every kind of drug you can think of and steroids, and it killed him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'll see this just because Benny Safdie's doing it more than anything else because he's fun.
Is this the movie where The Rock tries to prove to everyone he can actually act?
Yeah, it's an A24 movie.
I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't know, man. I love The Rock, but I love The Rock. You know what I mean? Dwayne Johnson never really did it for me.
Oh man, how many times do we
He's
have
The
to
Rock
have
in
it?
every damn movie he's in.
I mean, he's got a couple of bangers, so I won't lie. I love House or whatever the fuck his name is in the Fast and Furious stuff. He's really good there.
Hobbs.
Hobbs. I liked him as I really liked him in The Rundown. The Rundown was good.
Oh, the rundown was great. I like the rundown.
Yeah, he was great as The Rock in The Rundown, and he was great as The Rock in all the Fast and Furious. And
But he's always
He was
The
great
Rock.
as The Rock.
He was great as The Rock in Black Adam.
I think, guys, the only one I think that he really didn't seem like The Rock was when he played Hobbs, because he had that Southern accent, and he was more like trying to be like a hillbilly type of guy, and he didn't really feel like The Rock. I think that's why I like him as that character, because he didn't act like The Rock. Everything else, he acts exactly like The Rock.
Do you think it's not his fault that he does that, but it's what Hollywood has paid him to do?
I think it's
Over the
because
years?
I think
Does
that when you learn
does
to
he have
act,
no agency over himself?
yeah,
Listen,
I think he has no range, Bruce. I think that he came into WWE, he adopted the persona of The Rock, and he's always been that persona now, and he has no range to be anything else.
But
Well, he
the
really
thing is,
hasn't needed to have range.
Well,
Arnold
how many-
always Arnold Schwarzenegger every time he played a movie. Arnold back in the 80s. He just every movie he played the same character basically.
Well, not only that, but how many origin stories for The Rock do we need?
Yeah.
Hey, look, The Rock was great, and the other guys, they should have made a prequel to that, and they never did. Him and Samuel L. Jackson, that was the best part of the other guys.
When they
You
jumped
know,
off the roof, that was so stupid.
I forgot who said it on Max's
The
show.
River Band.
I actually agree with somebody on Max's panel for once.
Really?
That bad takes all around. Except for Brian.
I have great
Hollywood has been trying to push Ryan Reynolds as a leading man and a star for decades now.
I don't think
And
it's Hollywood
not-
so much. I think it's
not
Ryan.
working. He just plays himself every movie, comedy style. I don't know. Just for me, that's my
You're
opinion.
so wrong. You're so wrong in so many ways. That is
Well, the
such a
thing with
wrong
Ryan
thing.
Reynolds is not that; it's self-promotion, dude.
Ryan Reynolds was
nothing wrong
great
with
and
Ryan
definitely maybe. That's a tearjerker. And he didn't act anything like Ryan Reynolds and definitely.
The
Maybe.
Nice Guys is a fantastic fucking movie.
Yeah,
it is a
that's a good one, too.
great movie. I will say, maybe he's not 100% the big ticket draw as the leading man in a movie, but he can still carry a movie just fine. And
Thank you.
he's actually done things that have some range.
I loved him in Definitely Maybe, where he has to sit there and tell the story. He picks up his little girl for the weekend because it's his weekend with his little girl, and then he tells the little girl a story about the great three loves of his life, and he makes the little girl guess which one his mom is. It's phenomenal. Just don't watch it when you're going through a breakup. It'll fuck you up.
Welcome back, Sticks. Well, you think about it. You look at Ryan Reynolds, the way he plays Deadpool. Look at Waiting. Look at
Oh my God, I was
Dan-
thinking.
Dan-
You were saying
what was
Ryan
the
Reynolds.
other
I
one?
was thinking
Dan
Ryan
Wilder.
Gosling.
Dan
I mean,
Wilder.
What's the one he
Ryan
did with
Gosling, I don't get it as the Hollywood
Yeah.
hunk.
I don't get that.
What's the one he did with
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock? That's a good one. The Proposal. That's a good
Yeah.
one. That's a really good movie. It fell under the radar, but that's a great movie.
You know,
And-
Anthony Cheeseman's right. A lot of actors play themselves, not just The Rock.
Yeah,
Especially action
Well,
heroes.
listen, if you're gonna act, look, being an actor is being yourself. If you really think about it. Like I act every day of my life, and I'm going through the end of my
Is
life.
that an act?
Nah,
It's
Mira,
all
look
an
at
act.
that. Look at that loser. What's his name? Daniel Day-Lewis. Every time he plays a role, it's just him.
no.
Wait, you didn't know this is all an act on Dom's part?
I'm fucking.
Yeah,
Joe
exactly.
said. Joe said no. I'm just fucking with you guys.
You said Mama Bear?
You threw me off there for a second.
Daniel Day-Lewis is the goat. I was just messing around.
Oh, wait a
Joe was
moment.
like, no.
It caught me off. I dozed off for a second there. I was like, "What the fuck is somebody saying?"
Mama Bear, do you have a favorite?
Go ahead,
Do you
Mama Bear.
have a favorite actor? Do you have a favorite actor?
I've got a couple actually, but before I respond back to that, yeah, you didn't know that this is all an act on Dom's part. He is a huge Barbie fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
I am.
I'm sure he's got a
like
whole
Barbie.
closet full of Kenneth shirts.
Listen, my wife has the Barbies. It's me collecting the Barbies instead of her.
I love your wife. I've got a whole bunch myself.
I actually
She just
enjoyed
bought a
that
house,
movie,
the Barbie
'cause
house.
I understood it. I don't know. I
No.
just I don't know. I enjoyed Barbie. Because I kind of understood it. Like I was like, oh, they're kind of turning it on themselves on purpose. They're like,
Yeah, Barbie was the villain of the
Yeah.
movie.
yeah, it was really
A
smart.
lot of people didn't get that.
Yeah, they
And
didn't
by the way,
understand it.
Ryan Reynolds is very good in Smoking Aces.
I liked him in that too. I like that. I
No.
like that. I like both those movies.
For me, Keanu Reeves, gotta love him. But the one who was an automatic draw, no matter what the movie was Bruce Willis.
I had a feeling she was gonna say Brad or Bruce. Like I had a
Bruce
feeling she
Willis.
was gonna say Brad or Bruce. Yeah.
I have loved Bruce Willis since I was struggling with insomnia as a kid and watched Moonlighting.
Moonlighting? Oh, Moonlighting.
I have
Moonlighting.
seen
Moonlighting.
Hudson Hawk more times than I am willing to admit publicly.
I love the part where they're on the skates, and it's such. And Mama Bear, I love that you admit that because it's such a horrible movie, but it's
I'm
lovable.
guessing you
It
watch
is, but
Blind Date a lot as well.
Yeah, but when
yes.
they're like rolling around on the skateboard and they're singing the song, him
I
and
know.
what's that Italian actor's name? I actually remember him. I'm gonna lose my Italian card. Shit.
Danny Aiello.
Danny Aiello. Yeah, like when they're rolling on the skateboards and they're singing "Swinging on a Star," I laugh every time. I don't know why. It's just funny to me. The guy, all the villains are named after candy bars. What the fuck?
Listen, I like
Okay.
Bruce Willis in Armageddon. I don't care.
Oh no, that was the first movie. Dom, I don't know why, because now I look back at it now, but that was the first movie that made me actually not just cry, but
I cried too.
I was crying,
Oh, God.
and it wasn't when he died. That's not when I cried. It was when he finally told AJ he loved him.
I know.
That's
And
when I lost my
Beth said,
shit.
I love you, Dad.
I'm the only outsider on the panel that can't stand Armageddon or Independence Day.
I
I
love
love
that.
him, bro. I love Armageddon.
I love Deep Impact too.
I love Deep Impact was great.
That
That's
was
a
good, too.
tearjerker.
Yep.
Tiana Roloni, what her name is?
Tay Leone
Tay
and
Leone.
well, I just
I need
love the way
another
that
Apocalypse
went
movie,
out.
dude.
Yeah, we
Give me
need
another
one.
2012. Like,
What's her
let's
name?
go.
What's the girl that does
Tay
the,
Leone.
yeah, no, the girl that does all the disaster movies.
What?
There's a girl out there that directs disaster movies. It's just as good as like the Dante's
Roland
Peak,
Emmerich.
Day After Tomorrow. Roland Emmerich. He's really good too. There's a girl out there that's doing it.
Oh, I don't know.
Google is a thing, Chris.
Yeah, it's the end of the world as we know it. So we never can start actually.
I think that was it. Was it Moonfall? No, I'm kidding. It's not. I'm just fucking around. Did anybody actually watch Moonfall?
No, I still haven't seen that one.
It's so horrible.
I tend to enjoy those movies, but yeah, no, I didn't watch that one.
Not my type
Kind
of
of a
movie.
shame.
Google is a thing. She's right. Hold on. Let me see that. Yeah.
Why are you doing that? Moving on. The upcoming Yellowstone spinoff will reportedly feature 3 major returning actors and an update for the high-profile project from Taylor Sheridan. Yeah. So that means some people are going to die.
Well, I mean, this is
supposed
to be the final.
Well, it's going to be John Dutton's going to he's going to die. So. Yeah, I got hooked on this show. I watched every single episode within the last week.
Just give me more Beth, and I'm happy.
Yeah. The Beth and Jamie war, it's heating up. I want to see the rest of it. I'm still trying to get into the prequels, the other ones.
The prequels took me a while to get into, but once I was into it and understood how all the characters, kind of meshed, it was good. It was good.
My mom loves that show. My dad did love it.
Yellowstone was amazing, dude.
The last season, I did not like the last season at all.
Well, it's not even done yet. They still have 5-6 episodes that are unreleased. So
it's the weirdest break in seasons.
It's just okay. At what point do they realize they jumped the shark with this show?
Well, I mean, how many times? I mean, aside from the whole basically redneck Godfather aspect of it all,
people tried to say the same thing about Supernatural, but all 15 seasons were good. I don't think they ever jumped the shark.
But I don't think they jumped the shark. It's just I think they there's only so many ways. It's
I guess it's limited.
It's every
there's only so much family.
You can have a day where it's not. You can have an episode or two where it's not having to get revenge on a motherfucker. You know what I mean? You could have a day where it's hey, we're just gonna mess with cows today, and it's gonna be fun. Some might call it a filler episode, but hey, this should be fun.
Well, The Sopranos had filler episodes. The Wire had filler episodes, and those are two of the greatest.
Well,
TV
yeah,
shows
but then
of all
we're
time.
talking. Those are TV shows that have
Paulie and Christopher walking through the woods in the snow was still my favorite Sopranos episode.
It's one of the best episodes ever. And you know what? We never find out in 7 seasons whether or not that big Russian died or not.
Yeah, but how many episodes in a season?
13.
Yeah, we're talking about 8 at most.
Yeah,
so
I could see how political.
Arc.
It's
who do you think is gonna die besides what's his name?
Beth. They're gonna kill Beth off for sure.
No, I think Jamie's gonna get it, dude.
Well, I want Jamie to get it.
Oh, and Rip.
Everybody wants Jamie to get it, which is why he won't.
Rip's gonna die.
Does anybody recognize him? Does anyone know who that guy that plays Rip is? It took me a minute. I'm like, is that the dude from Pitch Black? Is that him? It is. It's the dude from Pitch Black. It's John's.
Oh wow!
Never seen Pitch Black in so long.
I don't know. I could see them killing off. I could see them killing off Beth for her to move on, and because Rip is the one who's supposed to take over the farm. I could see that look forward of him taking over the farm with John and Beth gone and everything.
I don't know. You got Casey and you got freaking his wife. So
I quit watching it after a while, though, man, because it was getting. I lost interest, and if I lose interest in something, I don't know. I just don't. I need to almost go back to it. Snowfall started out great, and then I lost interest in it.
My problem was the way they kept breaking up the episodes, and I'd be getting into it again, watching it, and then be like, okay, is it over? It's like 6 episodes now. I have to wait. I don't know how long for something.
You can binge it on Peacock, but if you want to watch it live, you got to have Paramount. If you want to watch the movies, you got to have this streaming service. It's like, what are you doing to us, man?
Yeah.
I just don't like when they break up seasons. It's just like, give me a season. I'm fine if it's coming out every week or whatever, or if you take 2 weeks off for, a holiday or something.
You know,
like that.
honestly,
but-
Joe, I honestly believe that that's why ratings dipped so far in those last 5 or 6 seasons of Walking Dead, because they started breaking up the seasons. They would go on
And-
hiatus for 3 months and then give you another 8 episodes, and people
you
didn't
start
like
getting
that.
into a story. I just want it. I want it to be done. I want that storyline to end. I don't want to wait. Don't give me half a season and tease me like that, and then make me wait another year for the rest of the season to come out. That's horrible.
For the rest of the story.
I thought they did great with like 1923 and the 1883. I thought those were really good.
Yeah. So,
it gives
yeah.
you, if you watch those, it gives you a better context of watching Yellowstone. But they are both.
I don't know. Maybe I felt Yellowstone they got away with way too much in
What
that
you
in
mean,
the show
got
as a
away?
family.
Oh,
They went to the train station a few too
Yeah.
many times. What
a
he's
few
trying to
too many
say.
times, yeah.
Yeah, come on. Nobody's looking for these people.
Well, that's kind of what I'm
They're
saying.
they're
Like
in
you
the middle
can't
of nowhere.
you can't have a
Maybe-
day where they're
It's
just
not-
fucking around on the ranch.
I just remember my mom loved it, and she tried to get me to watch it all the time. So when I finally did watch it, she's like, "Did you get to the part with the train station yet? Did you get to the part with the-"
Oh no!
And I'm waiting for them to go to an actual train station, and then dude just domes that guy in the head, Boom! And I'm like, "Oh, that's the train station. That means
Right?
that's code for whacking somebody." Okay, it took me a minute.
Yeah.
Like, where's the train station at? Like,
Taking care of problems. I just got to the part where Beth found out what the train station was. Oh man!
I loved her opening scene. I loved her right away. Like, I loved her
Yeah.
right away. I'm like, this is a different kind of chick, man.
She's the best written character. In
Yeah,
the show.
when she goes out to the thing and throws the stinger, you guys know what a stinger is, right? It's this electrical metal thing that you use to heat up coffee, or a big one to heat up water on a farm. And she just jumps in that thing naked, and she's got that stinger in there with her, and she's just talking to people. If I was Rip, man, I'd have snatched her up by her hair and you better get your ass out, put some clothes on. What the fuck you doing out here?
This guy.
I'm in love with you, and you're gonna act like this? Oh no! And that little speech she gives the guy in the bar that's hitting on her, it's like, look, I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm just letting you know you can't handle me. Like she was blunt with that dude, man. It was. Then she went upstairs, and I think I'm not sure, but I think she went upstairs and made like $5 billion and then left. Well, I can't remember how the story went, but she's one of the best written female characters I've ever seen on television. Ever.
She has, and they've softened her a little bit as well, and shown that she does have a vulnerable side to her as well, which is good.
Bruce just don't like the show because they're Republicans.
They don't say they're Republicans at
I
all.
made myself. They don't have to say it. You know they are.
They
Look where they live.
do. They
Look
do.
where
say-
they live, bro. Look where they live. They're cattle farmers, bro. They're Republicans. Trust me.
Come on, you don't think that family was designed to be hated? Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why they made them Republicans.
All they are a updated version of the Ewings.
I just
No,
said it's
no,
like
they're
not at all.
that.
Yes, they are.
They're dealing with all kinds of dynamic, the encroachment of the outside world on a lifestyle that's been, perpetuated over generation. There's all
here's what I
kinds of
would like-
dynamics in there. It's not like
Here's
they're
what
just,
I would like
we're
to.
rich
They're literally
guys killing
broke.
people.
Joe,
They're
here's what
broke,
I would
other
like to do.
people.
If I had my wish, everybody puts this is in that universe and that's in this universe. The first and my favorite Western, people think it's Tombstone or some style. My favorite Western of all time is Lonesome Dove. And what they
That's
did
a
was
great,
they went all the way up to this land where Kevin Costner is now and started cattle farming. I would love it if this was somehow like Lonesome Dove, but the family tree of that. I think that'd be awesome.
I'm telling you, watch 1883. Watch Yellowstone 1883. That is the early beginnings, and it's a fantastic series. And
It threw me off with Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, though. I'm not gonna lie.
it does, but by the end, you're
like, I don't care, dude. He's an Indian outlaw, half Cherokee and Choctaw. Oh, dude,
It's
come on. I love Tim McGraw.
It's good. You watch 1883, and like I said, it gives this series more depth.
I can't find a show or a Western that my Uncle Scott, real life cowboy, wears a duster, carries a 6-shooter. Like, no joke. The whole work. I can't find one he's never ever seen. He loves this show. He loves 1883. He loves 1923 or whatever it is. But there's one on Netflix called Godless that he won't ever shut up about.
Really?
Why does
Yeah.
that sound familiar?
It's a Netflix television show about a preacher and these girls and like they're gunslingers, and he's like, he loves it. And I've never seen it. Godless.
The Billy the Kid series actually isn't half bad. That I believe is on Stars. I think there's 2 seasons. It's actually a decent series. It has the kid from the most recent Hunger Games movie.
That's what I always get worried about is I don't want to invest time into one season if I know it's not going to get a second season, unless it's a one shot. If it's meant to be a one-off, great. If it's a mini series, let's go for it. But
it
has 2 seasons. Godless, yeah, but Godless is also supposed to be good. I don't want to get into Godless if we're not getting a second season.
Well, it came out in 2017, so I don't think it's getting a second season.
Yeah, but there were rumors that it was getting a second season. That's what I mean. They had to stop. And then I don't think it. I think he's just hoping. I think he's like a lot of the people. My Uncle Scott would be great on the internet because he's just like a lot of these people that delude themselves. No, man, they really are going to change it.
All right, next up.
Tony Stark's
James
not
Gunn.
dead, man. They're bringing him back. You'll see.
James Gunn has plans for Deathstroke to appear in the DCU.
Finally,
somebody wrote on Twitter or X or whatever. Please wink if you have plans for Deathstroke. I am waiting for my boy to shine for so long. And James Gunn winked at this comment.
Why would he not? Why would he?
I don't know, but I have been wanting Deathstroke for so long. I wanted the Batman movie with Ben Affleck against Deathstroke. I'm not even a DC guy, but he is my favorite DC character over all of them.
By far, Deathstroke.
Yeah, but we still need to figure out who his Batman is going to be.
I don't know, man. They keep messing it up. You know who it's probably going to be?
Ooh.
It's probably going to be the Sparkly Vampire, which I don't care. He did good. He did all right. But that's probably where we'll see our first Deathstroke. It'll be in Matt Reeves' version.
Alan Richardson.
No, probably not.
Will I get Ravager? Will I get Ravager as well? That'd be nice.
Ooh, I love Ravager.
That would make me happy.
If you pay attention, and that's one
I'll
he's
even
one
settle for
person
Joey.
in all the movies, the video games, and the cartoons, and all the lore out there. I don't pay attention to DC hardcore like you guys do, but I pay attention to Deathstroke. He was my favorite part of the second season era. The fact that they got Crixus to play him was dope as shit. Crixus from Spartacus.
Manu Bennett.
Amazing. And I was like,
I just happen to know his name.
This is a good Deathstroke. And he is a serious character. You could throw him in a dark universe. You could throw Deathstroke into a dark universe.
And again, he's a good complex character.
Yeah, but I can't see him using the sparkly Batman because that sparkly Batman, he doesn't even look like he could win the fight with the gym door.
Yeah, I know.
Let alone Deathstroke.
Like I said, you get Alan Richardson from Reacher. That's
bro, that's the Batman right there, man. That I want to see.
Yep.
Man, just dye that hair black and try to be a good Bruce Wayne.
Hawk and Titans, though.
Yeah, that's not the DCU.
Yeah, but if everybody's doing different, he was Aquaman in Smallville.
Hey man, Thanos was Cable. Thanos was also Cable. Josh Brolin did Thanos and Cable. It can be done.
I'm just saying, in case anybody out there is listening that might have control over this. If you guys bring in Bronze Tiger, it better be Michael Jai White, or I'll be unhappy.
Man, he would know Michael. I mean, and he still looks.
Is he still acting?
Oh my god, and he's still as fast as
acting.
ever.
He's got his own studio.
He's Ray Park. Him and Ray Park just don't age. They just get faster the older they get. I don't know how they do it.
Hey man, there is a whole section of people that don't age. I'm just gonna highlight Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, I love Ernie too.
That man looks way too fine for 78.
I loved Ernie in Congo. I don't care. Everybody gives me shit for loving Congo. I loved Ernie in Congo when he was like, "I'm your great white hunter, though I happen to be black." I loved him in Congo. The big crazy gorilla and shit. It was dope.
Amy, good gorilla.
That's a great movie.
God, that was such a bad
No,
movie.
it was so good, Bruce. You're wrong.
It's a Michael Crichton story.
Watch it when you're high.
No, I'm never high.
And it's part of the Jurassic Park universe.
Stop.
There are some movies that are so bad it's entertaining.
I love
you just gotta lean into the pure cheese
Pack of
factor
the killer
of it.
tomatoes. That was entertaining. It was-
Sack of potatoes.
yeah. Hey,
I love those cheesy movies
Yeah.
though, like
the
Sharknado.
birds,
That
the
that was
blob,
like
come on.
me.
I like cheese that knows it's cheese.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's
Uh,
good then. Or when a movie's trying to be serious, it's so good it's bad, like Madam Web. Like you're like, wow.
I enjoy
Wow.
Madam Web. Screw you guys.
I'll
Hey,
get
listen,
I'll
I'll
get
fight
to
you.
Madam Web eventually.
You're
I'm
So would
still
I.
working
don't
myself up
insult
to it.
yourself, but
It wasn't that bad. I don't think it was that
Mama
bad.
Bear, do you drink wine? Have an extra glass before you drink it. That's all I'm saying. It's
Ah.
bad.
Oh,
Eat some
okay,
that's-
paint
that's
chips
good.
to lower.
The second
Eat
or
some
third
paint
time Terry
chips to
split that
lower
in there.
your cognitive abilities.
will
before
enjoy
you
it,
watch Madam
though.
Web, and
You will
I
enjoy
don't
it.
I don't know because
No,
I'm
I think you'll like it.
no, I'm struggling with Madam. I've been struggling with Madam Web because she's so young.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
it's her origin story where they
Yeah.
try to shoehorn Easter eggs that involve Spider-Man but aren't Spider-Man. I tell you, the only one I'm excited for, Bruce, Craven. That one actually looks dope. I'm excited for that one. The rest of
Listen,
that
the,
Can't
Sony
wait for
shit
Craven.
Madam
is
Web.
so bad.
Madam Web
What
now
in
is the second Madam Web because the original Madam Web was an old lady, so she's the second Madam Web. That's why he's
I
young.
wanted the old lady.
It's funny. It's been in the top 10 since it got released.
I
A lot of people are still watching. I don't
yeah.
understand people.
Because it's so fun to watch a bad movie.
yeah,
like
look
that.
at the other things in that top 10.
I'm telling you, it's The Room 2.0. People think I'm crazy, but Madam Web will go down in history as The Room 2.0. Like it's gonna be as bad as The Room. People are gonna watch it just because of how bad it is.
All right. Next up, the directors of the animated Moana film are not involved in Disney's live action adaptation. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
Who's gonna play the crab?
I'm on the fence as to whether that's a good or a bad thing. I would have liked to seen the people who are behind Moana leading the live action version. You know,
I haven't
Just so
seen
there's
Moana
some
yet, but I
context.
heard it's like beloved. I heard
Let me
people
ask
love
you a
this.
question.
I have seen it so many times. I could do the songs.
So I
like,
don't think
off the
they.
top of my
I
head.
really hope they don't fuck with the live action.
Can I ask you a
because
question? Really, who, with the when Little Mermaid was done, the people who did the animated ones, were they there watching live action one being made?
I doubt it.
I doubt
So
it. Yeah.
I'm trying
I
to say.
think one
So
of the guys. I think one of the guys that did the live action Little
Little Mermaid was what?
Had some words about the.
It was 89, right? 89 was
So-
Little Mermaid. 89.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was upset they didn't call him back for it.
I'm just saying when it comes to the Little Mermaid, they can claim that all of Triton's daughters have the same mom. I'm calling shenanigans. He was a hoe.
listen to me.
How-
Listen to me.
How many morons do you have to pack in a
Mermaid
writing
is-
room now?
A mermaid's a fake character, so it was a cartoon character, real life. If you really want to get the history over where the Little Mermaid's ocean was near the Dutch, the far Dutch colonies, which people were black. It would so basically, if you
No. The story that they're basing on the mermaid was translucent with green
Okay.
hair.
But I'm just saying
So
the whole fact is
it
that
doesn't.
if you really-
I
I'm just saying the original
I
Little
have the
Mermaid
original
story.
story on my shelf right now.
Ooh.
They do not mention how she looks at all in it. It was Danish.
Is
I
it
don't
Danish?
care
I
what-
almost said Scandinavian. It is Danish, isn't it? It sure
Well,
the
the whole
fuck
fact is
is.
that back then, if you get it right, people get mad. Fictional character, cartoon, is a cartoon,
It's still
Not
a fairy
real.
tale. So it
not
doesn't
real.
Mhm,
So
it is.
getting live
and-
action.
I don't care what they do with any of these stories. I could really care less about the animated version or the live action version. I just think it's kind of crappy that for how many people you have to have in writers' rooms now and all that other stuff that
Yeah.
you wouldn't bring back at least not to direct it or write the screenplay for it, but at least put them in
As an advisor,
consultants.
yeah, an advisor, consultant. Because a lot of these things I haven't ever really watched any of the. I have daughters, so it was always on in the background. But I really don't. I couldn't tell you but a few Disney movies I've ever watched in my life. But I want people that love Disney. I see how passionate people are about some of these old movies, and then they'll talk me into watching something like the Toy Story, and then I'll watch them. And if I'm crying at the end of a cartoon, please don't fuck that up. Because if I'm just
Lilo
a
and Stitch.
yeah,
Lilo
if I'm a
and Stitch,
casual, and I'm getting emotional out of this, then don't mess it up for the people that actually love this stuff.
Because let's not pretend these are supposed to be complete reimaginings of the story in a different story. Where no, it's a lot. It's billed like all of these are billed as basically a live action version.
The one of the directors did. What was his last projects were Ralph Breaks the Internet, Aladdin live action, and Frozen 2.
Like I said, I don't understand how if you're working on a movie and it's supposed to be basically the same as the animated. I understand there's going to be liberties taken here or there or whatever. I just don't understand as a writer or whatever. You want the person that originally did it just to bounce ideas off of. And what were you thinking when you did this and that? How you would not want that as a resource is beyond me.
What is it that they do in the DC universe to get away with switching stories around without like messing them up? What are they called? Those stories that are off to the Elseworlds. Yeah, I think they should be doing the Disney stuff like that. That's on the live action stuff should be more like a what if, like what John just said. I like that idea.
Look, at the end of the day, you can't change like figure Beauty and the Beast. You can't have a guy being the beauty and the woman being a beast.
They don't want that. Yeah,
they won't want that.
You can't do that. Just don't bill it as the live action version of Beauty and the Beast. Call it something else. How many Macbeths and Hamlets and stuff like that have we had that are complete reimaginings of a story that's called something else? Scotland, PA is one of my favorite movies of all time. It is basically a remake of Macbeth where it's two fast food franchises going at each other.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Sons of Anarchy. It was just Hamlet on motorcycles. You know what I mean? Yeah. I like it when they do stuff like that. I really do. I would like a story from the point.
I'm stuck on the two fast food franchises going after each other. The McDonald's and the Burger Kings. Oh my god!
Have you seen? Everybody's seen Beauty and the Beast, right? Yes. Everybody has seen Beauty. Okay, it's one of the few. It's one of the few Disney movies I love. Me and my daughter, we love it. Beauty comes from within. Blah blah blah. I'm probably gonna get that tattooed someday. I've got Beauty and the Beast Hot Wheels. No joke. Mm-hmm. I would like to see. Am I the only one that is fascinated by the character of Gaston?
Yeah.
Like I think Gaston is like I want
an origin story.
I want a Gaston origin story, or at least from his point of view. I want a Beauty and the Beast from his point of view. You
might get Zac Efron playing him because he looks like him now. With the way he bulked up and stuff like that.
Wow, he did. Man, dude is fucking huge.
The villain origin story I want to see is Ursula.
That would be good too.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, they gave us what's her name?
They gave us Maleficent.
Well, who's the other one? The Dalmatians chick, man.
Cruella.
Oh, Cruella.
Yeah, they gave us Cruella. Why not give us Ursula?
They've danced around the thought that she's Triton's sister, and I really want to see. I'd really love to see her origin story. We know she lived in the palace. I go all in this on one of my videos. Sorry,
John Horst. Look at what John is.
It's not as easy of a money grab. These are money. All these are our money grabs.
I just want
let's take something that's beloved as an animated movie, and make it live action.
Right?
Yeah, I've seen almost all of the live action ones too, though. I haven't bothered with Lion King because I'm sorry, Beyonce can't act. Bayhive, come at me, I don't care.
She can't.
How'd you feel about Lady and the Tramp?
Lady and the Tramp wasn't bad. But
I thought it was okay. I mean, they changed a good bit.
Yeah,
but.
and that's the thing with the live action movies. There's always some change going with them. Even Cinderella, there was some big changes with that.
The one that went under the radar that I thought was phenomenal, and it was better than any of the live action I've seen. Disney was Mowgli. That with Shere Khan and all them. That movie was dope. It's basically Jungle Book, right? Like that's what it is. Yeah. It's Jungle Book. Yeah. That movie was dope. And it went right into the radar. I haven't seen a
Jungle Book movie that hasn't hit hard though.
They're all good. I think something should be made live action. Does anybody want to see the Iron Giant in live action? No, they don't. Some things should just be left alone.
I think these live actions get made because there hasn't been a live action remake that has flopped.
It's true.
Well, I
It
remember
really hasn't.
when we
That
not to go
being
back to
said,
Star Wars, not to go back to
Lion
Star
King
Wars.
2, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I watched
Ah.
it. I'll watch it because I went and saw the first one with my brother, rest in peace, and he loved it. And it made a lot of money. But I remember, not to go back to Star Wars, but when we found out we were getting an Obi-Wan series,
Damn you,
okay?
Chris.
No, we were gonna get the Obi-Wan series, and Brian was like, and I'm like, man, I can't. I want a Darth Maul Obi-Wan fight. I want a Darth Maul. And Brian was like, we don't need that. And he was really adamant about it, and we disagreed hardcore. Then I started actually thinking about it. No, we don't need the live action of that. We had the perfect ending.
Yep.
We had. We don't need the live. We had the perfect ending between Maul and Obi-Wan.
All you're going to do is break it. All you're going to do is
yeah.
break that nice toy that we had.
Well, listen, what you're
Brian-
gonna have
Brian
was a
was right.
flashback, him thinking of that scene, like the same scene, but
Okay, that could have worked out. That could have
could've
been
worked
cool.
out. So
Yeah,
that- yeah.
that could have worked out.
And again, if there's somebody from Star Wars camp listening that can do this, just make a Darth Maul movie.
I want one. So, oh my god,
Do it. Do a
I-
trilogy.
that's
Bring Ray
another
Park
reason I
in
had-
they had
and
a
do a
chance.
whole
They-
friggin'
they-
trilogy
they did
about
but
his origin and
they-
all of that. Just
That's
do
the
it.
reason I'm
things
so
up.
mad at Ryan Johnson. I'm sorry, but I'm mad at Ryan Johnson. He did The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi was so bad that nobody wanted
And
to see
Han Solo.
Solo. Nobody wanted to see Solo,
I
and
love
that's where
Solo.
we were gonna get.
People didn't want
Maul.
to see Solo because the fanboys were getting all pissy over the fact that
They got a
oh,
different
gosh
actor to
darn it.
play.
older.
Don Glover was into the toaster.
Yeah, that's just dumb to me. That's a great movie, and not only
It
not
was
only
a
is
great
Solo a
movie.
great Star Wars movie, it's a great
Crimson
standalone
Dawn.
movie. It's a heist movie.
Yep.
It's-
And you
I
It's
was
great.
hanging out with the Star Wars fans when that came out.
you could
Yeah.
have built out the whole underground with Kira and
The
all
Crimson
that
Hand.
stuff.
Oh, I
yeah.
wanted it so
You had
bad. I
Beckett.
wanted it.
You had Beckett. Figure Woody Harrelson, man, played Beckett. That was a great character. That
We
you could have.
finally found out that yes, Han will shoot first, motherfuckers, and he always did.
Yeah.
Great. That's a great movie, man. And I wish we could have got the Maul movie. I would love a live action Maul movie.
Fast and the Furious meets Herbie.
I'm in, bro.
Actually, I kinda wanna
Herbie
see it.
wins.
We're family.
We're family. And then Herbie
Honestly,
beats it.
Fast and
Didn't
Furious
they
could
do
do
a
so many
Herbie movie with
crossovers,
Lindsay
and
Lohan?
it would work.
Wasn't it Lindsay Lohan Herbie movie?
Yeah,
she was.
Yes,
with
yes, it was.
Justin
Okay.
Long. Her and Justin Long. That was it was a really good movie too. It was right
Never
before she
watched
kind of
it.
lost her. It's kind of like
Was
right
it-
in the middle of the
Let me ask
gray
you a
area
question.
before she lost her
Wasn't
mind.
Buddy Hackett in the original Herbie? Like,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
Buddy
Buddy
Hackett.
Hackett was in a lot of stuff.
He
Yeah,
was in a lot of stuff back then. Yeah.
that dude was funny as shit, man. That's a deep cut, Dom. I haven't thought about Buddy Hackett
I know.
since I was a
Right?
little kid, man. Buddy
Yeah,
Hackett
look-
is a comedian my grandparents
I
used
know.
to watch.
He was a great.
You
stand-up
want to see
for-
something
for me.
funny?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Excuse me. Thank you. Shows in town only for tonight. Sex, violence, murder, violence, gambling, greed, lechery.
Look how young he was.
Buddy's audition tape.
Oh, there's a great movie with him and Cumberbatch. They're both very, very young in it.
There's a great European talk show where they bring him on and show clips of when he used to be a runway model, right before he was going to do Bane, and they were talking about how he bulked up. I have always liked Tom Hardy. I just
Oh,
don't
that was-
think he looks so young there, man.
Yeah, that had to have been right around the point that they played Picard's
That was
son.
Tom Hardy.
Who did I say?
No, John
okay.
John Hawkler asked who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom Hardy. I think he's great. I liked him as Bane. I think it's the weakest of that Batman trilogy, even though I love the Nolan
Agreed.
verse.
Yeah,
I
come
love-
on,
it
the
is
football
weakest.
scene-
The best
the
is
football scene
Bronson.
was
I
great.
mean,
Yeah, Bronson. He was crazy in that. Yeah, that brought back memories right there.
you have to watch those actors in their craziest roles. You have to watch Eric Bana in Chopper, because if you've never seen Chopper with Eric Bana, I don't know what you're doing, because you're missing one of the craziest
Yeah, the
fucking
only
movies
chopper I
ever
know is
made.
from Rebels.
Yeah, it's a
Chopper-
prison movie,
Chop-
right? That was another
Chop-
prison movie.
Chopper is probably the most famous Australian convict.
Yeah, that's our, like, you know how we have American Me and Blood In, Blood Out. Australia has Chopper. Yeah,
American Me
Chopper
was
is
really-
insane. It is.
yeah.
It is such a. It'll make you appreciate Eric Bana a lot.
I've always liked him. I got a documentary about him because my dad used to race cars, and he went to Australia a couple times to race the pro mods, the old school cars, but you could still race them. And he used to do that, the club series, and Eric Bana has a documentary about building,
Blinders.
because everybody in Australia wants a Ford Falcon. Everybody wants the Interceptor. Everybody over there wants a V8 Interceptor. They're super hard to get unless you build them. He found an original one, built it up from the ground up. Andy's a race car driver. Eric Bana races cars. He does road courses. He was doing an endurance race over there, and he like wrecked $1 million car. There's a documentary about it, about him building that V8, because everybody, he bought one when he was young, when he started making just a little bit of money from acting, independent acting. He went out and got a V8 Ford Falcon. V8s in Australia are almost impossible to get. You got to have like special permits. You're not allowed to have a V8 over there. So he got a hold of one. He said that was their campfire. All his friends would gather around that car for years, and they would just build it up. And finally it was race ready. It's a great documentary. You guys got to see it. I love Eric Bana. Well, what was his character in Troy? What was he called? Remember Troy? He was
yeah, I'm trying to remember which character
he was great in Troy. I loved him in Troy. I loved him as the Hulk. I thought he made a great Hulk.
He did make a good Hulk.
Paris, he was
I
Paris.
didn't like the Hulk being like inside the con. You know what I'm saying?
Ang Lee had like a whole different direction for that movie. I liked that he was the first guy to use comic book panels like that. I really love the scene where Jennifer Connelly makes the Hulk calm down and turn back into Eric Bana. That's one of the greatest comic book scenes I've ever seen. But you're right, that villain was horrible.
Let us not forget that Tom Hardy was Jean-Luc Picard.
Yes, he was. He was Jean-Luc Picard. He is Venom. He has been Bane, and as John accurately pointed out, he played Alfie Solomons in Peaky Blinders.
He played twins. He played twins in that one movie.
Oh, and he played the Cray brothers. Yeah,
he
that
played
was
twins.
fantastic. He was also very good, if you're a Guy Ritchie fan, in Rock and Rolla.
Oh, bro, stop it! I've seen every one of the Wild Bunch movies, all of them. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch. Gentleman. I love Rock and Roll is probably my favorite one. Although Snatch, I hate that's sacrilegious because Snatch is everyone's favorite, but I think Rock and Roll is my favorite.
I like Rock and Roll. I still love Lock, Stock. Lock, Stock's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I love it when he tells Gerard Butler, "Well, I think I might. I'm gay. I might be in love with you." And he's like, "What? I didn't know that puff was like a slanderous word over there." But he was calling him a puff, yes. And I was like, "Whoa, that's a slander." But then he danced with him. What kind? That's a good friend. That's a good friend, man.
It was a good movie all around. It was a good buddy.
I loved Idris Elba in it. I love Yancy Butler. Yeah. Is that her name? Yancy Butler, Yancy Tickpen. Yancy Tickpen. I loved her. I always get those two. There's the Witchblade girl. That's
Yancy Butler's the Witchblade.
Yeah, and then there's Yancy Thigpen, who was in
Witchblade,
Riddick, and all that stuff. That's a great movie, man. That is. Those weird Russians that were like dancing around in the leather outfits when they were going to.
When Guy Ritchie does it right, Guy Ritchie does it right.
He does, man. His new one's excellent. His new one's really good. The
Gentleman,
one where they.
Did you watch? Did you watch The Gentleman? There was a series.
No, I didn't watch the series yet, but the movie was great. No, he's got a new one, guys, with your boy, with Superman.
Isn't that's the one? Isn't it The Gentlemanly?
No, Gentleman is different. This one's called Unlawful, Ungentlemanly, whatever. They go over and they're supposed to try to kill Hitler. They kill Nazis. It's basically it really is Inglourious Bastards, but with a Guy Ritchie spin. I can't remember. I went and saw it.
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
That's a great movie, and it feels like a Guy Ritchie movie. It does. It's really good. And your boy, I always forget his name. What's Superman's name?
Corn Sweat.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill. Yeah, big muscle bound. Henry Cavill he's really good in that movie. He's really good in it. That dude could play any role if he wanted to. I don't know. Cavill's just good, man. You know.
Yeah.
He can play.
Cycling back to the X-Men thing, I want to see him as Mr. Sinister.
Well, that's where I don't know, though, Mama Bear. I don't know if Cavill could do a villain.
Oh, Cyclops.
Undoubtedly, he could do a villain. He
has range.
Yeah.
I want to see him play an asshole. That's
no. You know what?
Exactly.
The scene in Justice League where he hasn't got his memories back yet, and he fucks them all up. Yeah, he could do a villain. Yeah, he could absolutely do it. He could be
and
a villain.
He's got the visual look for it too. He
that look, that mean look when he sees Superman and he looks over at the Flash, and the Flash is like, "Well, I done fucked up." He's gonna
that scene got me so hard. Like, I love the Flash. I've even weighed in on my channel about the Superman versus the Flash speed debate that they claimed was solved a few years back. But when he looks at the Flash as he's running, I'm thinking, oh shit.
Wow, I forgot. Yeah, he was a great villain in Mission Impossible.
Yes, thank you.
And he was great. He was great in the movie with the cannibal Man from Uncle.
What cannibal? We
Army
could excuse a little flesh eating.
That's awesome. See, that's my you know, that's my favorite.
I don't know. I've said, you know, certain guys do look quite nummy, but I've never really actually taken a taste.
Alleged cannibal.
That probably is, that or the Snyder version where he gets the black suit on and he flies again. Those are my two favorite scenes. The first flight, the scene where he fucks up the entire Justice League, that's dope as hell. And then the one where he flies again in a black suit. All three of those scenes for some reason hit me differently. And I love the Snyder cut.
I'm so glad you mentioned that particular scene, because you know the debate we had earlier.
I love that movie.
With it took 3 superpowered guys and they held down Homelander. It took the entire League of Justice League, and these are god level beings.
He smacked
and
one
they
of them
could make him budge.
Yeah. Nope. The only thing that calmed him down was when what's her face showed up, Lois. That was the only thing that calmed him down. Like Alfred, it was like telling Batman, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." He goes in there.
It's the power.
I love the
of a good
line.
Woman.
Yeah, I love it. It is too. Was he in the Count of Monte Cristo? That's a great.
Yeah,
movie.
he was.
Mm-hmm.
Who was he in the Count of Monte Cristo?
Googling.
That was the other guy, the other British actor from all the Guy Ritchie movies.
Hold on.
The guy from Lockdown and Memento. That's the guy. That
Albert Mondego.
That was not.
That was Cavill. I'm looking at it right now.
Henry Cavill played Albert Mondego.
I wield the power of Google. Count of Monte Cristo, 2002. Henry Cavill played Albert Mondego.
Oh my God. I've seen that movie so many times. Why don't I remember him?
That's
James
one of the things I love. Yeah.
I love James Frayne.
That's pretty swole though. That's pretty swole, Cavill.
But that's what I love about him. He has been in so many movies that I've enjoyed, and it's not till I go back after and I'm like, holy shit, he was in that. Like, what was that movie?
Guy Pearce is the one I was thinking of.
No, the one where like he's against.
He was. He was a little kid that said, "Do your worst."
See.
He was. Remember they told him they were going to cut his fingers off, and he said, "Do your worst," and it turned out to be Ed Mund's son. You're right. Wow, he was so young then. Damn, no wonder I didn't know.
Literally, I'm looking at his Google right now. Looking at Google right now. The Immortals. Yeah, that was it.
If you throw out Argyle, he's done a lot of great movies.
He was in the Immortals. Wait, was he in the Immortals?
He was the lead in the Immortals.
Wow, yeah. I didn't even know that. That's a really under the radar movie too. I love that's a great movie when the guy cooks the women in the bowl.
The one that broke me, Stardust.
See, I never seen that one.
I've seen that movie so many times, and somebody mentioned it in my airspace recently that he was in Stardust, and I had to go back.
I just remember Stardust and the Golden Compass coming out at the same time, and I kept getting them mixed up. I kept getting them mixed up. One has Michelle Pfeiffer, and it's not that great. And then the one that Stardust, the Stardust one is one everybody loves, and I cannot remember what the movie's about. That's the polar bear ship. That Golden Compass.
The boy, Charlie Cox plays Tristan Thorne, and he's trying to win the heart of the local beauty in his village. He sees a star falling. And he decides he's gonna go capture that star for her. So he winds up crossing this wall that everyone says, you don't go past that, and finds himself in a whole different land, a magic land. And this movie has Michelle Pfeiffer. It has
Still
Mark
a Fox,
Strong, Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro is my favorite character in that whole movie. It's got
I
a
just put
ton
that
of
on my
fantastic
list.
characters. Yes,
I
absolutely.
literally
Go watch it.
just put
I've
that
seen
on my
it so many
list.
times.
All
I've
right.
always meant to see it, and I always
I'm
end up
sorry,
watching
babe.
the Golden Compass
We're
on accident.
gonna in the stream. We can continue talking about this backstage,
Yes.
but
I'm in.
getting late.
Dom.
Dom falling asleep over there.
Poor Dom. Poor Dom, bro. He works.
Poor Dom. Please hit the like button if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe and check out Mama Bear's channel.
And hit
Chris
the like
channel,
button. Hit the
Joe's
like button,
Doolin.
or I'll fucking find you. Hit the like button.
Yeah, he will. He
Oh,
will find
please.
you.
That's
So-
not going to get it. No, you just lean in really nicely and say, just remember to hit that like button.
See, I'll hit it twice for that. Like, I'll just keep it.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for showing up. We will
Later.
see you soon.